remonte sa kanila yung squad. What a great move!
Parang nakita yung MVP của trận đấu lần này.
This shot was insane!
Squadra eliminada.
The squad is coming for them!
ส้มมันต้องโดนแบบ
Punta sa kanila ang
ติด
squad.
โดนkéo đầu đỉnh
是
cao.
时候应该要会的。
Así es como eliminas a un
Got a Booyah once again!
Booyah! Booyah! Booyah!
Matter of points from Oren or whether or not he didn't have a choice. Because
It is closing in, and there goes the takedown. Oh, takedown back on board.
You should have known the sky has darkened. The storm is whirling over my way. The drum pounds in my heart, and for glory I won't turn away. When the darkness falls, what you waiting for? Light up the fire, be a warrior. When the darkness falls, find a hope that lost. Light up the fire, be the warrior. Like a rising star, dispel the dark like sparkling light. Blaze a trail of notion to your destination. Come on, rising star, dispel the dark like sparkling light. Chill of resolution to your destination. We pray. You should have known the sky has darkened. The storm is whirling over my way. The drum pounds in
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022. It is grand finals. Sure, it was a small journey, but a fully power-packed one. Talking about top 3 teams of yesterday, Abhishek YT with total of 2 Booyah standing on number 1, with only team being with a triple-digit score. Moonlight Gaming as well as Tonde Gamer sharing the score. Tonde Gamer sharing the score with no Booyah at all. So the competition is going to rise to another level. I am Star Tanya. Alongside me, it is OG to spend an action-packed Sunday with you guys.
It's gonna be really fun, Tanya. The first day, it was a complete change from everything we expected what Free Fire could be, right? So fast-paced, so committed are some of these teams in the fights that we do get to witness. And today, it being day 2, there's already been an order that's set with day 1's results, right? So sometimes this is what we need to spice things up a little bit. Now we might get a team that could be targeting another team, and that could be right off map 1. Because let's face it, Tanya, of the results of day 1, there are teams that entered this day 2 with a significant edge. Like you said, Abhishek YT being one of them, especially Tonde Gamer, a team that's kind of really aided with this new meta. They really seem to enjoy taking fights and not really prioritizing placements as much, which given the leaderboard, it's certainly working and it's helping them to another level, dude. I'm excited to see what they have to offer to us today, and more importantly, if teams do adapt and change from what we saw on day 1.
Let's see if that is going to happen or no, because what you said, revenge stories will definitely be written without a doubt. The players who were taken down yesterday very flawlessly, very easily, are going to make sure they survive until the end and they revive their teammates and bounce back stronger. The revenge theories have been taken yesterday itself, but imagine having multiple chances of taking some revenge, multiplying your score as well. The team to have no Booyah, still in top 3. Team like Train to Kill, they've got 1 Booyah, but still are not spotted into podium finish because they're not looking forward to the new meta of revive and kill pattern. So once they are adapting into the same situation, we can expect this team also to reach out to top 3. But Abhishek YT, the man Dragog, is also trying to be the best of the possible performers, not only in terms of switching the roles, but also being one of the major rusher required for his team, is fulfilling the gap, I think. And Abhishek YT having double Booyah on the course, Bella Gaming has lost its space.
Oh yeah, for sure. What a fall from grace, right? Who led the table and opened off what seemed to be a benchmark. They just quickly got phased out of the competition, and the competition's stiff for a reason, right? It might just be all fun and games, but you need to look fancy in the game while you're, having all that fun. And we have a boatload of diamonds that these players could win. At the end of the day, Tanya, I feel like with this huge meta shift, this is just the start that we're getting to witness, right? I'm interested now to see, especially if we have something along the lines of camping and, being stay put, especially next to those vending machines and those respawn beacons. I feel like that's something that's going to be the game changer today, and that's something I'm going to have an eye out.
Absolutely. Even I would want to see who sticks to which revival point, because they are certainly looking for best of the compounds near to the revival point, and circle is being very fruitful. It is day 2 for sure. Game day is the 1st of May. Sunday it is, and what better way to spend a Sunday rather watching a Free Fire action-packed and the very first grand finals of Nepal Invitational 2022, who is going to be the title owner, that we are going to get to know by the end of the day. But talking about the start, Bella Gaming had a jump start yesterday. Will they get the same start today, or it is going to be only dominative Abhishek YT continuing with the momentum and pace that they have grabbed upon? But nevertheless, we are going to talk about Tonde Gamer. They have been the highest fraggers every single time. Last man being able to sneakily survive their teammates. They do have no Booyah, agreed to it, but I don't think they are necessarily fighting for the Booyah if they are able to be in top 3 with only frag points.
For sure. I also think that we should consider the fact that, a team like Bella Gaming, who started off the day well but really didn't end it well, right? Now imagine you start day 1 of this tournament well and you don't do well in day 2. That's also going to be important. Like, let's say a couple teams like Blooded Esports, for that fact, with their I'd say average performance, nothing really off, the mark, or nothing really, outstanding in that sense. Very average. But if they're able to complement it on the back of a very, very good day too, and some of these teams have a fall off. Some of these teams like Tonde Gamer, like Abhishek, like maybe a T2K, which is also on a slow but on a steady up. We could see the order change in a subtle manner. I feel like one of these names are going to make it up there, especially the teams in the midfield. It looks pretty sweaty, and this is exactly the reason why we love this meta shift in Free Fire, right? Allows the table to be passed around a little more.
Yes, we are going to have a lot more happening today. It is going to be the repetition of Bermuda, Purgatory, and Kalahari. And now I'm never going to talk about the cycle repetition, because once you are revived, you are jump starting the new cycle within the same map. But still, the strategies are going to be studied into the first half of the day, and then they are going to be retaliated. Though all the study part has been done and dusted yesterday, it is grand finals. We can expect some more surprises hopping in. We can expect some more shockers hopping in, and I would definitely would love to see about how the reciprocation will come into action.
I think one more thing that we're missing is somebody crossing 3,000 damage, right? Everybody's been close, 2,700, 2,900, but nobody really able to cross that 3K margin. Although we did have players who managed to hit double digits in terms of their kills yesterday, so that's something interesting. If we're able to get a lot of these players online at the same time, like imagine a lobby where at least 2 players from every team are really feeling it and are on their on day, that could really spice things up. And I think that, day 1 might just be more of a warm-up day for some of these folks. Day 2, who knows, you might see new players here to play.
But imagine the bottom half of the leaderboard, let alone bottom 3 teams of the leaderboard, who are very well aware that they are not going to get the titles, they are not going to reach out to top 4 or top 5. They are going to be the destructive teams. They are going to make sure that they are able to at least eliminate one of the teams in top 5, top 6 to spoil their games and be the game changer. And that is also maybe a little evilish, but it is interesting factor to see about which team is going to be that particular one to take down the team who is trying to stick to top 3 podium finishers. Because if the bottom teams are not able to win the title, sure, they can do one thing, is to disturb around the meta and try to drag away the title a little further away.
Dude, I can't imagine how cheeky you must be. Like, I'm not had the luxury of interacting with some of these players, and there are some of those cheeky little players who really like to be that disruptive type, right? I'm interested to know like how the community in general reacts to that aspect of the player in specific. But heading over to the final standings, like you said, Abhishek YT, they're leading the charts and they've managed to get triple digits on the back of their very delightful day 1 performance. In position 2, we have Moonlight Esports, which is tied by Tonde Gamer Esports, both on 87, and in position 4, 73. So this top 4 position, it could be turned on and stable, but it's again reliant on one of those dark horses team to maybe contest an Abhishek YT early, right? Imagine Abhishek YT is the first team to get off the server. Now that buys room for Moonlight Esports, for Tonde Gamer, or even maybe a T2K to be proficient enough to get to rank 1.
Yes, absolutely. So Abhishek YT needs to make sure that they don't go so aggressive, because they have been spotted at several locations where they go for crash landing. Imagine getting eliminated, just like you said. That is going to make them lose their momentum. And I'm very sure on the day of grand finals, nobody would want to go out of the form which they created yesterday. So a little bit of safer approach shall be coming in from Abhishek YT. But the question is, will they be allowed to? Because I'm very sure yesterday all the landing points have been studied well. It is a night where they were able to educate themselves about how to crash land with the team who they want to take down. Now with that sort of a study, they are going to be a very tough competitor, particularly to top 3 teams, because you always tend to study those 3 teams who are into the top 3, top 5 also, to spoil it up and try to regain your positioning. So they are not only going to spoil the game, they are also going to come into the mediocre range. They are going to middle up somewhere into the scorecard as well. So I would want to see which are those teams who are literally trying hard to go ahead. And we are also going to move with the very first map of Bermuda for Nepal Invitational 2022. It is day 2 and Abhishek, YT and team, where are they going to crash land? But talking about flight path, looking very straight, and this time Southern Island does look involved into the flight path as well.
You've been wanting that from since yesterday, haven't you, Tanya? I think we did get a purgatory Southern Island finish when you just went off the stream. So, yeah, I think Main Crips also pulled your leg over it. Well, hopefully you get it today. You never know when the Free Fire gods, show mercy and give you your wishes. I think we've been a very fortunate bunch, right? We've got to see nades, we've gotten to see sickle finishes, we've gotten to see everything we've missed from Free Fire that we hopefully could see a whole lot more of, and especially this aggressive kind. And this time though, we have an early fight. This fight from NFC, mind you, they're the ones who initiated this fight, but the tables turn and they turn heavily. HP, a severe problem as they do not have as many heals on them as they desire, although they do manage to turn the tables and get a knock on the TGR. This gives them leverage now. Are they able to fold on it?
Everything is going to get unfolded, sure, but for Team Tonde Gamer, the team to rely on frags, are they going to lose the players so early on that the frags are also not going to work out, because they are not playing for Booyah? We have mentioned it several times. They are playing, and once again we are seeing Yazuka taking down Ardim and also not dealing the confirmation, and we have got 2 bloods already drawn, 2 players still remaining. Let's see how are they willing to go ahead, push it in and eliminate the squad. One more casualty might be there, but elsewhere it is. Right now it is going to be NFC versus Tonde Gamer, 3 versus 4, and whatever weaponaries they have grabbed first. That is where exactly they are fighting with. And Maniz is also having a cord in his hand. Well, a good weapon for delivering a damage, but certainly not being able to get an exact spot to deliver, exact view to deliver the required damage to knock was one of the criteria where cord could not function well. But talking about NFC right now, are they making a move away from picking up battles furthermore?
It could be the case. They just disengage. This is something I thought to myself as well yesterday. If there's a situation where you've wiped 3 members of a team and you're able to chase the 4th man down who's trying to go for the respawn, imagine getting 3 extra points just because you let him. Saltiness at its best. Though for now, they need to try and secure this kill. Hacker is all by himself. He manages to make his way out, but yesterday, Tanya, we saw a lot of smoky bikes go up in flames, and that's something that I'm pretty sure we're going to get to see a whole lot more of today.
A lot more to come, and revival point and closest compound. Once again, the same strategy coming in, and Southern Island will still be negated by the circle, and the circle is going to be totally northernized and good for several teams. All the teams are usually scattered around here there, but they've got a good hold onto the northern side. If you have a look at Moonlight, they have got a good control on Shipyard. If you have a look at Team Lava, once again they are on their basic drop point, which is the mill right now. Cape Town, we are having Kurkuri, where they are going to make a move and there's nobody that can stop them. Brotherhood also within the peak right now. Talking about Tonde Gamer, they did lose players early on, but again they have managed to give a revive, and which is nice to see as well. This is exactly how Team Tonde Gamer has been playing yesterday, so to no surprise they are continuing to what is working for them, and if it is working, they might also end up with a trophy in their hands.
They might, although it's heavily reliant on them finding the advantage in this. It looks like NFC to some extent do sniff this out. And the Reed is in a position where once he's on his knees, he's close to being confirmed, right? So really isolated approach, as they're all going to go more or less single file. This split approach, it's heavily reliant on them watching each other's back. And if that's broken, that's NFC's window. The fall
Will
back.
that be broken?
Chase.
It's all about blue zone right now. They are fighting not only with the opponents but also with the blue zone. It is going to be Lure who's going to get first strike for himself, but The zone is fighting alongside, and look at the loot. They have got no health kits to work out with. What they got to do right now is either find the vehicles or use the zip lines, move away from the blue zone to avoid further more damage, because once you are taken down, there's nothing that can save them. And the players are trying to go ahead, give some side finishers. That is also not going to function well. The player is knocked down immediately and will be confirmed without any delay. 2 frags, 4 players, and Tonde Gamer once again standing tall with the same strategy.
Here's the thing though, in that kind of a fight, whoever chickened out first is the side that's gonna lose. And sadly, that was NFC. You saw them lose their position and then make a dart for the zip lines, right? They had that back turn, and it looks like Tony Gamers are more than willing to sacrifice this damage that's going to be inflicted upon them by this first zone, which is to some extent understandable. You know, it's only the first zone. They can tank the damage to a decent extent, but like you said, they better get their hands on heals, because the longer this happens and if they encounter more teams on the rotation, that becomes a huge problem. Like you said, fighting the zone and another team, not really ideal, right?
Absolutely not ideal. And now once again, Sunita racing in open on the bike is also not ideal. It is going to be a 1v2 situation. Sunita was not alone. Abhay was also joining in, and we are going to see KKR team Kurkuri also moving whisk past through. Nobody catches them off guard whatsoever. And on the course, Team Lava is going to grab some frags here. Once again, vehicles will be used to take some rotations to make the move, but realizing the threat is real, again the team is going to get reunited. For now, 1 kill has definitely sufficed their hunger, but for how long is going to be the question, because each and every team is going to fight for kill points. And once again, it is going to be Team B Shaw stuck in blue circle. They want to make sure that they enter the circle, but then they also have someone to keep them. It is not going to be an easier affair. And who is against them? The Titans of the leaderboard, Ayush Whitey.
They do manage to trade this out though. Like you said, the positioning in the favor of AYT as they commit this gatekeep duty. The drive-by, he just ran him over. Although PM, I think they're gonna rely on the escape. They're gonna rely on that respawn. And AYT, they're gonna just enjoy their... Oh, okay. Is that T2K crash landing right into them?
Losing Sunita, crash landing into them, again trying to make a move towards vending machine, and they are trying to stick to mill, and that is a good option as well, without a doubt. They are going to revive their teammates, and again as a squad they're going to stand up, and this time who are they willing to or planning to fight with? For now, Team KK are also reuniting. It is a pause before the storm, I'm very sure of, because look at the positioning. Nepal very nearby, Team Kurkuri also closing in, Team Lava still sticking to the same position, and Kurkure has got a good angle against Abhay OP, delivered a little bit of damage, but does he have any health kits to work out with? He was last spotted racing on a bike with Sunita, grabbing a kill for Team Lava, but then where Sunita is not there, other teammates are going for the vending machine revival point, but Abhay is totally stuck. There's nothing else that can cover him except for one rock.
Yeah, and I think they just about revived Sunita as well. This entire mechanic of revive, I feel like now the kill points can be so inflated, right? It's possible for a team to wipe a squad virtually twice, you know, maybe securing 7 kills, allowing that one person to go away. It's something that can certainly change the leaderboard by quite a bit. Now you have mileage in these maps. Now it's possible for you to make up great deficits, Tanya. So I think like what you said, you know, those underdog teams who are towards the bottom of the table, a better positioning is what they're going to be fighting for, and it's more than possible for them to make their way back up more than just a couple of places, because it's again dead even across the board to some extent. What isn't dead even though is a couple of these positions. KKR, a decent compound that they find themselves in. Ooh, nice connection with the sniper. He's not able to land the follow-up though. That could have been a knock and maybe another kill going the way of KKR. Although this circle, we might get to see a partial water zone, which makes things interesting. I feel like if this zone shifts between Plantation and Riverside, it might be the spiciest zone we've got so far. Although this left side that the circle has occupied, it's getting darn very populated.
Highly populated, sure, but there's one player who caught my eyes, which is going to be Maniz. I really don't know what he was doing all the way down south, where the zone was not inclusive. He did go to vending machine, but before we talk about that, Team Ayush White is again going to catch Team NFT's other players off guard. On the course, Maniac is going to put shut down to one of the players from Team Tone Day Gamer, and Yakuza is also spotted as well. A good positioning. They are using all the advantage that they have, may it be height, may it be zone, or may it be players. They are using everything available to make the Booyah possible, or maybe to get the highest points. And once again, a player getting caught. Maniac, that player to join in the circle last. He was entirely into the southern zone near to the vending machine. I did mention about it, using the zip line, and the players of Abhay Whitey literally waiting that there might be a player or two who are going to join in through zip line, and they are grabbing. So here it is not only about firepower, it is also about the IQ that they are putting in to win away the Booyah. And finally, after 11 minutes of gameplay, one elimination of a team, which is Tone Day Gamer, spotted in top 3.
Unbelievable, right? A big name at the board so early. Something that we jinxed, Tanya. You never know when things happen like this. And neither did they. For now, ML, a man on his knees, I think it should be safe for them to find that revive. And Team Lava just revived almost the entirety of his roster. This last circle is getting very crowded, Tanya, and on the other side, KKR knitting themselves a sweater with the amount of kills that they're dropping on the server. Meanwhile, this has to be a very upward fight from the side of Team Lava. It feels like they're the ones who might end up forcing this, although other sides of the map really are gonna be dependent on how this rotation pans out. This could be all-out war, or this could be delayed for an even further date, which could be even more chaotic. Dude, a circle this small, 12 minutes and 11 teams still up. This is not what we expected at day 2. A lot of teams here understanding the risks.
And we are repeatedly mentioning about the pros joining in with the revival, with the players again reuniting, but there's cons as well. There's one negative that I have noticed. The players are usually always out of loot, which was not the case of scenario when there was no revival point available. So now this is a massive chaos. They earn a player, but they don't earn the loot. And on the course, Team Train to Kill is also going to lose a player and try to earn a kill. Unfortunately, not able to connect any of the shots, at least not yet. For now, let's see if they're going to connect furthermore. But Charlie will be taken down by Ayush Whitey Rohit. A good bolt action rifle spotted here, and it is going to be a finisher as well. Again, all the players have realized zone is closing in. They need to make a move, and over here Rohit is going in with the Mag 7, and the player will also be saved.
Such a quick shot, although AYT still need to make their way inside the circle, and this is where the last member of T2K could be a small difference maker as he finds that all crucial kill. And if I'm not wrong, AYT, this is a very hard zone for them to rotate into, so the later this is, the more problematic it gets. Meanwhile, ML have a good understanding that their compound's been breached, and this is gonna be influential. So there, if he's gonna be taken out individually, this is gonna be hard for Moonlight to even fight Team Lava. The floor, they're trying to make it lava. ML still able to stand their ground though, and T2K out the server as AYT grab yet another kill. The only team that's been on a spree so far, and Sandeep finds the opener. This is where things go crazy, and Moonlight need to regain control.
Are they going to regain the control? They are losing players one by one. Ayush is also down on the knees. It is all up to Superman. What supremacy can he show against total of 4 players? Team Lava is again standing tall. 4 frags, last man. There's not much more that could have been done here, and still Superman is going to hold the upper grounds of the barn house. Let's see for how long will he be allowed. The treatment guns are used, though they do have health kits to work out with, but they're going to save it for the future. Bikes are being used to race into the safe zone, but on the other side, the fight is still on, and the teams fighting are Kurkuri. And against them, it is going to be the last player from Nepal trying to chase away from battle, want to survive his teammate. That is very sure of.
KKR, they find the good timing, but Team Lava, they've found momentum and they've managed to make it work. Hacker, his wall torn to bits, his hopes down in the drain. as his ash is scattered across the floor, and the zone's gonna be influential. It's gonna force a lot of these fights. Luckily, KKR's rotation is so well placed and well timed that they're in a vicinity to gatekeep all the action that lies ahead of them, and they have an entire roster to gatekeep with Team Lava. The floor is lava, and they are melting. Moonlight out the server as well, and that's on the hands of AYT, taking out Bella Gaming. A lot of key players getting key plays made, and this KKR holding on to their crescent of the circle, doing their best to gatekeep everything in their vision. But unbeknownst to them, a player from NN has snuck all the way to their low ground, and that's just a survival game to place a little better.
And KKR is still continuing to go ahead with some aggressive approach. Team Lava, the team, they revived. They went again as strong as a squad, but KKR with the double-digit frag, they are looking like they have picked up the momentum. They've got no competitions right now. Tonde Gamer is back to lobby, so is Team Lava. Kukure does look in good form, but against whom? Now this looks a little risky because they are going to battle out against Team Ayush White. And look at one of the players from Royal Gurkha standing so close to Ayush Whitey's team, and still they are making sure of that they are not seen, they are not heard, but they are going to get spotted by Supreme, and they are going to put shutdown to the last man standing as well. Dragog is again sticking to his original gameplay, which is only for the grenade launcher. Using the grenade launcher, no casualties spotted as of now, but ultimately they will be. Dragog never misses, and he always amazes with those throwables that he used. But still, Supreme is going to be the MVP, and this was my question: that will Supreme be able to show his supremacy? And he did.
Dude, 9 kills, Tanya. This is scary stuff. It felt like at a moment's notice, everybody went guns blazing. And you know, I don't think anybody else was on the par that AYT were setting on the server. They seem to be yardsticks in front of all the competition, and they managed to not only get the Booyah, but in such a dominant fashion. This is a game changer. It allows them to maintain such a great buffer. Considering the great day one they had, they're the only team that's maintained this kind of a momentum.
Absolutely, they did have the lead, and now they have created a buffer of maybe even 10 to 15 more of points, because the tough competitors were taken down early on. Tonde Gamer was the competitor, was taken down early, so was Team Moonlight. They were also taken down. So right now, the tough competitors getting early elimination. Ayush White is not only going to get the third Booyah for themselves, but also a strong cemented position on number 1. But still, it is just the start of the day. Only 1 match is down, 5 more to go. And Bermuda, one of the most comfortable map yesterday, as spotted from Bella Gaming. Today they were not seen in any sort of an action anywhere. The Team Lava did pick up some early risk, rushing in through vehicles, being able to grab some frags, but then ultimately again not being able to continue to reach at least until top 5, and that was a major miss. Unlike other teams for the day right now, there are certain teams like Kurkure, they were able to get total of 10 to 11 kills, survive until top 3. So they are one of the teams who still stand a chance. Not in top 3, sure, but still into the middle section, they will be spotted by the end of the day, but they need to continue with the same pace.
I think one fact that both of us overlooked for almost the entirety of game 1 is Tonde Gamer got eliminated in position 12. The first team to get eliminated. I don't think they got a single kill point, even off the fight that they did commit. Wow. Another big name off the board. And these are very significant teams, right? They're giving not only a team like AYT to build a buffer, but they're now in a position of vulnerability. They were assuming they'll go up. Now they need to be worried about not going down.
Absolutely, Team Tonde Gamer being taken down very early on. They were able to get 1 or 2 frag, if I'm not mistaken. They were also trying to make sure that they revive, but then they were trying to battle in the blue zone. Now, we always tend to say that don't fight within the blue zone. Try to escape such sort of battles, because winning these battles is not always inclusive of firepower. It has to be, you need to have those sort of resources. And I did mention revival is a plus, but then not having a loot is a major miss. So with no health kits to work out with, there's nothing that can save them with this sort of battles happening. And Tonde Gamer did go overboard with the risk, and I think this risk did not give them any rewards, and I am very sure of this is the lesson learned already for the very first match for the day. They are going to go again towards their normal gameplay, sticking to the center of the circle, and then pick up the battle as and when required. Near to the vending machine is always going to be the criteria for Team Tonde Gamer.
Now, I'm trying to think of this in the terms of a competitive setting. Now, imagine that this is like the top tier, like an FFIC where this is enabled, right? Imagine where there are two teams, and once you commit to that revive, you fear you're going to give the other team some extra points, and they'll maybe beat you by that 1 point, you know, causing you to be second place, third place. Some decisions like that could be a game changer. And in the case of Bella Gaming, I feel like this map, they've fallen into that trap, right? If I'm not mistaken, they were 3 members of Bella Gaming who did go down in a fight prior. One member managed to escape. The entirety of Bella Gaming came back, but again got wiped out on their rotation in due to, again, the zone kind of screwing them with the position they were in. They really had to commit a very cutthroat rotation in between 2 to 3 squads, and that's never an ideal situation, especially when you're revived. Like you said, less resources, no firepower to some extent. You only have that pistol, and if you're lucky, you might get your hands on an AR. It's all dependent on the kind of situation that you're stuck in. So with the way this entire game 1 went, now what does this yell? TL are looking decent, but there is a lot of room for improvement, especially towards the late game. They were not really in the best position, right? AYT, a lot could be understood from their rotation and how they're trying to play this game, especially on the server. Although with Tonde Gamer's early exit, everybody is going to be eager to what their response is going to be like in a map 2, which I feel like if some of these players are going to be salty enough, might encourage them to just target their drop towards where Abhishek YT might end up going.
They can do whatever they want to. They can go for the targeted play, but talking about Ayush Whitey, I'm afraid, are they going to be targets anytime sooner? Because they are very sure of their motive. They want to turn an entire lobby into the victims and turn themselves into victors. Supreme with a total of 9 frags all by himself and almost 3,000 of damage, and he did use a defensive mechanism here with using Chrono, and which was able to block total of 800 points of damage. So that did give him some time to take a breather, to heal himself up, to be strong enough, and to use a glue wall and again take a flank and go for some frags. Abhishek YT with total of 35 points and massive 23 kill points. I think for the entire FFNI 2022, this is for the very first time we did witness the score of 20 being crossed over.
This is a very, very nice showing by Abhishek YT for sure. And KKR, a very, very decent second place finish. It starts to drop off pretty hard from there on out, right? 12, 11, 9, 7, 5, 5, 4. And teams like Tonde Gamer, teams like Bella Gaming, T2K, not making it even to the top 6. Now, this is a very, very surprising game 1. But there are, like you said, 6 games for the entire day, and we're only done with 1. So with this, it's going to be a very, very... how do I say this? If, let's say, Moonlight do end up going down early and T2K have a very, very nice Purgatory and Kalahari, they're on 76, Tanya, and Moonlight are on 91. It's not that big of a buffer considering the MVP of the game prior just got 9 kills.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And to my notice, the score did go a little extreme, 138, and the tough competition between Tonde Gamer and Moonlight has finally come to a closure, with Moonlight getting a total of 2 points ahead, and Kurkure, out of being into the next half of the leaderboard, turned themselves into the top 4 of the leaderboard with those massive 12 to 14 kills which they were able to procure. But will they be able to maintain this sort of a consistency? Because if at all they lose, we do have team trained to kill. They do have a Booyah, they do have a strong firepower. They also play for kills alongside trying to reach top 5 positions in every single match. So Kurkure losing 1 match is equal to train to kill, again trying to overlap their position and reposition themselves into top 4 where they have been pushed hard from.
Yeah, it's like that from position 2 to position 7. You know, none of these teams are having much of a breathing room to talk about, except for AYT, of course, who deservedly so, right? It's been a delightful performance that they've put on show for us here in the stage. And again, game 2, we need to see if they're going to be consistent enough to grab those points yet again. You never can show slack in a tournament like this, where so many kill points are up for grab. You never know which team has your name written on their hit list and is after you. Well, the plane's certainly off, and we could see maybe the South Island finish that you've been really eyeing, Tanya. The plane part seems kind of identical in the sense where it dissects the map, I have to some extent, a little more favoring the South. Brasilia, it's been a position of hot contest, and also the Southern Islands, right? We've seen on a couple of occasions even 3 teams contest Central, Fire Brigade, and Lumber respectively. Although this time it might just be 2 more presence towards the middle of the map, maybe.
To Brasilia on the map of Purgatory, it's usually rainbow color, but I'm afraid if there are going to be more than 3 teams sticking to Brasilia, they did take a landing nearby because the flight path was very close there. Tonde Gamer once again have taken the leap, landing near to Brasilia, sharing the grounds with NFC. NFC, they are going for a spread out loot format, and I'm afraid they're going to lose players in this sort of format of play that they are initiating with. On the other side, on the central city, we have Team B Show. They are also going ahead, grabbing some yellow tokens, and a revival once again is going to be the key factor that is indicative. So right now there's nobody that is sharing the ground. It is the perfect loot approach, loot time, but Team Lava already is Abhay OP is already down on the knees, and Hacker on the course has also managed to get one of the knock. Now that was quick on the grounds of marble work.
Yeah, they do end up trading it out, and I think the revive is going to come in first. Obviously, it will. After that comes the thirst. Are they gonna? Okay, yeah, they let Hacker finish the job off. So they find the first frag here, Team Lava. They managed to get the revive up. A good start. There, however, is still gonna be a very chaotic mid game, Tanya. With the way all these teams are trying to grind it out and play for the later circles, even if they do end up taking a fight, there's always somewhat of an insurance policy, which is something that you really can't say about a team like Bella Gaming, right? Because they're looking, at least from a third-person perspective, surrounded without them knowing it. They're gonna be surrounded by one team, and B, even if they lose their members and need to then rotate for that revive, it's not going to be an easy rotation, right? Teams all around the vicinity are going to try sniff them out from fresh air, just like Moonlight, who walk into B Show.
They are hard walking into the show. Let's see if they are going to be the knight with the armors, or are they again going to be put to shut down on the grounds right now. Moonlight, a strong spot show with the vehicles, with all the weaponaries required, and are they trying to move away from the fight, realizing that Central City is already preoccupied and the team is going to be B Show. We know the team, they don't know because there's not been any single knock coming in, but Superman trying to go with some super moves on the bike, delivered a little bit of damage, but then it is going to be Sameer who turns into victim. Ayush will put down, and once again he's going to go for the jump and shoot action while there was a team support hopping in. He was just on the verge of reviving his teammate, and he's also been taken down. Confirmation shall be able to come, and Saksham of the force is taken down as well, and now they're using bikes to move away from this battle.
Oh, that was so scary. That bike was on the verge of blowing up. Could have been another freebie going the way of Moonlight. Although Moonlight, they're going to be happy with what they get, right? And Bell Gaming, we mentioned this before. They were being boxed in by T2K, and now they're trying to escape. They have one member outside towards the forge, so it's not going to be any risk whatsoever. In fact, that member also has a nice little Jeep. So it's going to be a fun journey. In retrospect, you never know what that person's going through. The trauma, the pain of losing almost your entire squad. T2K kept well fed as of now, and Tanya, we might not only have a Southern Island finish, but we also might have a Tri-Island finish that could be in the hands.
And Triple Island finish is always very interesting to watch because that is inclusive of water routes. One team left alone on the other side of the island where the circle is definitely denying you to be part of it. But for now, it is going to be one team which is Brotherhood. Did not put up a good show on the map of Bermuda, but certainly they are trying to put a better show here. Got a first knock for themselves against Team Lava. Sunita will be the first victim here. One frag confirmed and total of 4 players. Nobody harmed, nobody with low in HP. Red zone is also just above the heads of Team Lava. Heka still sticking to the same position, but Sandeep does look on the rescue of going ahead and reviving Sunita. Let's see if it is going to be a successful chance or no, because Sangam also looks ready with the vehicle, is trying to go ahead, push it in, grab some early frags, but now this is Aizen trying to tank up risk, which is way much more price to pay for if he gets taken down.
Yeah, Team Lava know as well. This is just a bait, Tanya. They're baiting it up, eh? Is he gonna make his way out? Stacked just a teeny bit. They're not in position to open full-fledged fire on him just as of yet. He's flirting with danger here, and he enjoys the speed. He enjoys the thrill. He enjoys the adrenaline. And he enjoys all the information as well. Look at the rest of his team move in as they march towards Team Lava. KKR just on the horizon. This is so close to comfort, and Sandeep wants in on the action as well.
The action is never ending, and they are trying to reach out to the revival point, and they realize that this is exactly after losing Sunita, Sandeep is going to race upon, and now it is going to be the F1. We cannot even call it a F1 racing. We have got a bike race going on. Absolutely. Let's see who's going to catch whom, because for now the race is going to continue. There's no fuel that is going to end up once again reuniting with the teammates. Sandeep is going to get stuck into
almost gets it.
teammates, but Sandeep is right on time to be able to get a frag and race away right in front of the eyes, and the vehicle is also going to survive, not going to get blasted.
Well, this setup from BHEAD certainly is blasted into pieces. They lost a man. They lost position, and it seems like they're losing control of this fight as well. It's an even trade, though. They might just be able to get that revive up. The chrono is so perfectly placed. It allows them. Oh, did he ram into them? Oh, no. This is TL losing control of the fight as well. It's isolated on 2 fronts, and now it's only Sandeep. This is very good stuff from BH. They knew that this man is isolated, and they were able to just secure the back lines. Now Sandeep cannot escape on that bike as it's just torn down to wrenches. And he needs to fight his way out. He's good on the first, and he will want to fancy a chance at a revive. Mind you, a single team still not out the server. And Sandeep, a very tricky maze for him to get out of. BH though, they need to restabilize. They need to make sure that they finish this fight out fast before attracting any more third parties into this mess. Otherwise, they might be very well caught in the bad trap.
Are they falling for the trap though or no? Because the zone is definitely going to close in. They need to make move. Right now, I don't see any affair that they are, or chaos that they are going to try battle it out in the zone. The circle is going to close in. The players are trying to tank up a little bit of damage. Samir is caught and open. He is going to use a blue wall for a while, trying to reach towards the tanks, but I'm afraid reaching there is going to take him down a little earlier than expected, and he's spotted down on knees. And on the course, Team Lava will be the team to be taken down on position 2. That means no standing points for them, but the courage of Sandeep racing with the bike and all that are going to grab them some extra kill points, but it is still not sufficient enough to jump into top 5 of the leaderboard. Talking about Team T2K right now, they are trying to make sure that Kukri Esports that they were trying to battle against, they are going to put a better show against them. Talking about Team Brotherhood, 4 frags, no loss of player, very near to circle, and the players are also jumping back to the land, and they're not being spotted, not taken down on air.
I love the circle, dude. This is so intense. Every part of this map is now gonna be set ablaze. You have the south side, which already involves fight between Moonlight and I think the rest of Bella Gaming. RG are gonna join into the action as well. On the other side, you have NN, who might get cut off by BH. This is all going to be down to verticality. And then they're moving together as a group. BH, 2 members in the front line, CR7 and Sangam. That being, CR7 needs to find the back turn. He has the lower angle here, and Sangam's all alone towards that high ground. The chrono only kept him alive for so long. As soon as they flushed that fort, he's a dead man. And what do BH do here? Did they just try to retreat, concede position, not take this fight?
They have lost a player right now. They are a little handicapped compared to their opponents, and let's see if they're going to push in through against them, or are they going to again take a flank, because each and every team has got a very strong decision made. They want to stick near to the revival point, just in case if they lose the player, they want to make sure that they are again a strong squad. Prabeen is spotted as well. It is going to be a 3v1 affair. Prabeen has realized the threat, and now he's trying to move away, but there's nothing that can save Prabeen right now, because the situation right now is turning from bad to worse. 1v4, and on the course, Team Bella Gaming has also revived the player Smokey, whom they lost long back. T2K with 4 frags are on the hunt against Team Visho. Let's see if they are going to grab any frags or no, but certainly the positioning of Team T2K is going to be a little better, and Moonlight on the course have got a total of 9 frags and a shutdown to Royal Gurkhas.
Yep. This is the 10th team out the server. A lot of teams still left in the circle. It's soon gonna start closing in a minute. These fights are all gonna be isolated, Tanya. Once the circles start closing, we are gonna literally see fireworks. It's gonna be maybe in between shores. You never really know. I'm interested to see how the map rotations panned out. Oh god. Okay. The amount of teams that have to rotate now, Tanya. Yeah, this is where the war begins. Every single part of the circle, north, south, east, west. And on the golf course, they're gonna decide who takes the W.
Who takes the W? Well, everybody is going to push into W to enter the circle, and look at the bridge, overly populated, trying to reach the western island. Is it going to be any easier? Where Yazuka is already risking himself and did have a better positioning. We're talking about Team KKR right now. They are going to battle against Team Moonlight. The tough competition here as well, because both the teams are into top 4. Nobody would want to lose a vehicle. The players are being taken down by the vehicular blast. Now Nepal versus NFC. We did miss that action, but the kill feed did mention that it was a player being taken down with the vehicle finisher. Let's see how everything is going to work out for them, because right now on the grounds of golf course, a good positioning by Team KKR. Summon airdrops also being called. Let's see which weaponaries and armors are they going to upgrade to. Once again, the second vehicular explosive finisher spotted by Team Tonde Gamer. 2 frags coming in, both from Novi, and many more to come.
This is the risk, right? When the zone is so unpredictable, that causes a lot of chaos, and this is the live embodiment of chaos, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of teams duking it off in different fronts. On the other side, TGR, they're looking to suffocate NFC, not only of fresh air, but out of life itself. Oh, what a nice nade. Well placed there by Varu, but I feel like he's not gonna live to reap its rewards. Thunder Gamers, they have everybody circled up. Although he survives by just the skin of his teeth, I think that should be his squad going down. Yep, it is. Thunder Gamer rotating in towards the circle now, but I feel like a Resurrections is nowhere in sight. It's gonna be the man disadvantage that they inherently have to fight from, although BH have made significant march and grounds towards victory. 8 kills in the bag already, 6 squads left standing, Tanya. If BH take a dub, we might see a new team that can contest, and contest very, very well and healthily in the midfield.
They do look a little extra healthy. They do have a better positioning, but we did spot certain situation where the team to be into an exact center of the circle were being taken down. And talking about Team Ayush Mighty, well, only 6 teams are surviving, and it is to my surprise they've not even initiated it with the very first frag. Where were they by far? Were they still holding on to the same wooden house near to the seaside, near to the river bank? Certainly, Rohit does have a plan. He is able to spot some enemies, but they're going pretty slow this game.
They're going... they've not even gone anywhere yet. 0 kills, Tanya. I'm not sure if that's by design, although BH I think we just jinxed them, didn't we? I feel bad now. I feel bad because KKR are very, very thorough and they are quick in delivering this lethal dosage of pain, misery, and misfortune. Nothing much they could have fought back with here. I think they were dead men as soon as they started that rotation. Regardless, Tanya Gamer, they managed to get that revive back up. I'm proven wrong, Tanya. They managed to get another member off the feet. They managed to get loot back, if I'm not mistaken. Nah, I think it's still the pistol. It's gonna be hard. Oh, they have the opportunity now. That death box lies right there, right? They could get the loot back, but it's heavily reliant on this action towards the north panning out a little more interestingly.
It is going to turn even more interesting if at all Ayush YT's team is again able to take down Team Tonde Gamer, because they don't want any competitions. Though they are way beyond their positioning, they have solidified everything that they had to, but still the competition continues for further more matches for the day. So Team KKR with 4 frags, they've got hard compound to work out with, but no circle. Look at Bella Gaming. Finally, they are spotted in top 5 and they've got a good advantage of the sniper tower. But imagine 2 to 3 grenades just popping in, especially when you have teams like Ayush YT, Tonde Gamer, where they try to grab as many frags as possible with the grenade launchers, with the throwables into their hands. Lakha right now is trying to take down Dragog. The grenade man is going to be taken down with a grenade spray. His bomb will also be used. No revival opportunity spotted as of now, but the reverse trades are also hopping in. Bella down, Plexi down, it is all up to Skoki with no HP. Lakha is also down as well.
Is this gonna be Abhishek YT's team going down the drain? That could be a possibility. Oh, it's all on Flexi now. 24 HP is all he has left to survive with, and everybody back on their knees. AYT, what a quick reset, right? And that's exactly when Moonlight decided to roll up. How quickly they've regained their HP and are in position to take yet another fight. Although the circle doesn't really favor them. Blue walls, all that they have for cover, but they're getting blown to bits by Moonlight, who are more than in position to open up the firing gallery. Meanwhile, Tonde Gamer, they found a little bit of time. Flex just waiting, lining that nade up. KKR being very grouped up. This could be a big nade if he finds the perfect timing. Although Tonde Gamer making good use of this fight. They grab a couple of kills. Moonlight though fighting back. 14 kills in the back, Tanya. This could be a very big game from a decently big name.
They are turning into a big name, sure. 14 frags already, no loss of players, all 4 players intact. But did you have a look at Rabi? He's got a perfect opportunity to take down as many players as possible. He is trying to survive, and on the course, Team Tonde Gamer will be taken down on position 3. Moonlight with 17 frags, and the last man who was trying to survive for as long as possible will also be put to shut down. Superman once again is going to be this man of supremacy and MVP for the team.
How, dude? 17 kills, Tanya. What are we seeing? Ay. Nepal Invitational. Whew, I've heard Nepal is a cold country, but this is certainly turning heated. This is something that we could only dream of. 17 kills, a Booyah. The first 2 Booyah baggers not only take it in an unexpected fashion, but they also take it in the most dominant fashion possible. They're setting the yardstick for what day 2 could be, and boy, oh boy, could it be even more intense, because we have Kalahari coming up. We have a second rotation, so much more left to go, and this opening segment felt like an hour when it's only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it is a quick matches happening, but then each and every map has got their own intensity. Ayush YT 23 frags and a Booyah. If you talk about Moonlight, 17 frags and a Booyah. Now they are competing with their own score lines. If Moonlight is going to break their own records that they have created, 17 kills and a Booyah on the map of Kalahari, not much of the repetitive strategies are working. They need to create something new. Yesterday itself, the circle was playing very crazy. The players were falling to death, realizing let's have an advantage of height, and as soon as they did regain the advantage of height, they had the disadvantage of circle, where in the case of emergency they were trying to jump in and survive for a little extra few minutes, and on the course they were losing all the HP. The zone was giving the damage, the height was giving the damage, and they were losing players. So let's see what does Kalahari have in the pocket today in terms of circles, because players might be ready, because now they have got the exact experience required about how Kalahari is going to be.
Well, I know that you didn't get your Southern Island finish, but I think you also should be satisfied with the way that Purgatory game ended, right? I think that Circle was a game that threw a lot of these teams off guard, and that's why you saw a lot of vehicular explosions as a lot of team then had to hastily make their way back in the zone. Mind you, in zones like these, the only thing that connects the island are bridges. Otherwise, you're going to be at the whim and mercy of the teams who are going to camp those waters, and unless you have the surfboard, you really don't have a mechanism to fight back. So a lot of these teams really had their hands tied as soon as the zone moved, and I think this is what makes for very, very intense free fire. The last day, both the iterations of Kalahari featured what I'd consider more or less a vanilla circle finish. So if we go and get a chance to move away from refinery, maybe a finish at the sub, maybe something along that lines, it could be kept a lot more interesting. Although I still feel like map 2 being a very, very crucial map in this deserves that replay. We need to relive those moments, dude. It's a lot of big players that went down under the rug, right? Especially when those rotation phase started, big names out the server, and we didn't even get to see that action.
But the action-packed moves coming in from Moonlight from the start until the end, from the central city where they were the intruders, still were able to win the battles. And they did lose some players in this battle, and lucky for the last man who was able to chase out of this fight and was able to survive and revive his teammate Sure. But talking about this particular team, Moonlight, they have proven that they are one of the best performers on the map of Purgatory. Yesterday also they did have a good upper hand, but team Train to Kill was also taken down. So the competition of getting an upshift on the leaderboard was all gone, but team KKR, last man, was surviving until final 2. I think that was enough for the standing points for team KKR.
Standing points, yeah, sure. I think that's something that AYT were also playing for, right? We did notice that up until almost the final few circles, they were sitting on 0 frags. So you do see some of these teams roll in with that discipline, and that's something that you absolutely have to adore. Superman this time with 6 kills. Now, considering what we've been seeing lately, Tanya, a slightly underwhelming performance, although he's the only player that's crossed that 3k damage threshold. 3,634. Now he's done it, and he's set like a new standard for everybody to live up to as well. He's got both the check boxes ticked.
Absolutely, he has got everything ticked required: MVP, kill, and damage points, and he was the aggressive one, and that is how he was able to go ahead, be aggressive, deliver the damage. No doubt he has given a lot of assists to his teammates to procure those frags, but I think Moonlight Superman was able to be the Superman for the team very nicely until the end, from the start itself, and they were able to intrude into the opponent's ground and win that battle. I think that was one of the most interesting factors for team like ML. Moonlight standing on number 1 position, and the only team in the score of 20s and very nearing 1 point away from 30 pointers.
Yeah, and Thunder Gamer a distant 16 points, along with KKR on 14, 13 by BH and Abhishek Whitey. They get position 5, cool. 10 points, I think it's something that he can live with, right? It's a respectable lower place to be, considering the highs that we've seen of Abhishek Whitey, and it's about the journey. It's not always the race. Sometimes it's important to let go of a map, conserve your energy, focus on the next map, and they should not get phased by their performance now. They shouldn't whatsoever. They're in the lead, and how they maintain it, it's up to them. Like we've discussed with this new meta, it's kind of easy to now chase the teams ahead, right? Moonlight Esports, on the back of their performance, are 28 points behind Abhishek Whitey. If there is a circumstance where, again, Abhishek Whitey and Moonlight might get into an early crash land situation, maybe even go head-to-head in that crash land situation, you never know. This could completely change the story of this tournament and might give us a new contender who's in position to claw the throne.
They might have a new contender, as you mentioned, but talking about Team Abhishek Whitey, they are also trying to perform very good against Team Bella Gaming for now. They had a good positioning, but still they were able to cross that barrier. It is only 2 matches down, 4 more to go. We are going for a short break. You stay tuned, so see you on the other side.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022. My name is Scripps. With me, Soji. We're going to be your casters for the next 2 games of the day. Oh my god, the first 2 games were so sweaty. I mean, they started out slow, and I thought, okay, here's something peaceful. Maybe we can digest it at a normal, manageable pace. And there were teams who had 0 kills, 1 or 2 kills, and I'm like, sure, this game is shaping up to, be a pretty slow one, a pretty methodical one. And then I see that there's one team having 17 kills, and I'm like, how? How do you go from 0 to 17 in a matter of 1 circle? That is mind-blowing, completely mind-blowing to me. OG, you were there firsthand. Tell me what was going on in your head.
Dude, what was going on in my head is like the MVP of map 1 had 11 kills. Now, that was things that we expected of an entire team a couple of patches ago.
Exactly.
So that was completely a game changer. And now see, we've seen teams like AYT have such a massive lead, right? In the overall standings, they exited the day 1 with triple digits, 1 or 3 being the final score. Now they're up to 140. Cool. But Moonlight, on the back of a very phenomenal performance in Game 2, are in clawing distance of that throne. Before, we used to consider a deficit of 30 points to be like massive, requires a minimum of 2 games to fix if you're at the top stage, right? Now it's a different story, bro. Now it's a completely different story. 20 points, it can be done in a single game. What are you saying?
Yeah, 20 points in a single game, 40 points in 2 games. I mean, back then, 15 points in a single game was considered a big deal. Now 20 points is like, it's just average. Rohit leading the charts with 24 kills so far, followed by Superman. The MVP of yesterday, who was on the number 1 position on the kill leaderboard, has been overtaken by AYT Rohit. So that's a red flag for Moonlight.
Position 3 and 4 seem awfully close as well. So I think the sweat's just gonna keep going up, right? Kind of feels like Mumbai with all the sweat all around.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, this Nepal Invitational, I'm telling you, I didn't expect it to be this heated. I'm just wondering, the top players of this region combined, if we're having a tournament with things like respawn, beacons and whatnot, the entire dynamic of what we consider Free Fire just completely changes and goes out the window. Especially with how these skill points now, to some extent, are inflated. Right, a lot is possible now in the world of Free Fire. With how these skill points have suddenly gained so much value, the table looks so vulnerable. Even if you're at the top, it's like sitting on top of carded decks. Somebody might just blow you all the way down to the floor, and that's not a pretty ride.
Exactly, and you don't even need a massive storm to blow open this house of cards. It's a single blow from your mouth, even if it's with half energy, that's enough. Well, here you go. Speaking of energy, it's going to be pretty high as we step into game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Kalahari is live and the teams have already landed in their respective locations. Do we have any drop fights? Of course we do. Yakuza, Mr. Mafia Man, is down. And that too at the hands of Sannyasi.
What?
Imagine Sannyasi's killing the Yakuza people. Well, that is something I never thought I would be saying. But this game is insane, and Sannyasi with a 2nd kill. Man's on fire already, quite literally.
Our boy got juked, bro. I'm not sure who it was. Was it Yakuza? Was it Varu? But whoever was playing around near that beacon got juked so hard that I hope that the screen on the phone isn't, facing any problems, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that was that was an end just
unfortunate to say the least.
Dude, I think you can play that music on that exact moment and it would make more sense than Madagascar.
Oh yeah, of course. They like to dance, these guys like to juke, and of course, blow up their opponents. Train to kill though. On their way to Charlie. He was in a little bit of trouble before this one, but now with all his teammates flying towards him, this guy might just be able to do something better. Deepu is the one who's trapped right now, so the tables have turned for Team Brotherhood and T2K. Oh, Deepu's on the verge of dying. Unish has an angle on him. Deepu tried to keep himself safe from Charlie, but he ended up dying to Unish, and that's what T2K is all about. Flanking your opponents from every angle possible.
Unish unleashed. Gets that first kill. And T2K, very swift rotation, right? They had Charlie in position here all the while. Everybody else just dropping in purely on the information that our man had. From a distance, Rahul Gamer taking a couple of shots, and it actually connects close range. And Simidin's able to secure what they started off. A lot of these teams now are getting what we consider cookie points, right?
Cookie points.
They're able to secure that rat. Even if they do secure the rat, I feel like that 3-man roster is powerful enough to capture one of these many respawn beacons, which can just bring him back to the battle. And you know, especially a rat, you don't need to worry much about weaponry, considering that you're expecting him to have more of a passive play of rotations, play of timing. And while you're playing off rotations, you can obviously loot up in the process. So they don't mind losing that aspect of the puzzle as long as they keep the main core alive. They can keep recalling that one man back into battle, and that's never going to be a problem in these days. Although, and then they are suffering quite a bit of casualties, aren't they? And the hands of multiple folk.
Poor Rosha and MGR got shot down by 2 Skylar shockwaves. As if one was enough.
Pain.
I mean, even if you put down another one in the nick of time, just like Sunitha did yesterday with the quick reflexes, he wouldn't have been able to pull off something like that. Saksham trying to get back. Luckily, no Skylar shockwaves available on T2K's side, but Shibo has a very, very sharp aim, and he's gonna blow you off, blow your head off too. More nades to follow as it manages to land directly behind Superman, but somehow it isn't his kryptonite yet.
And TTK are trying to close in on this position, and although they have power in numbers, and that's why Charlie makes the difference. Positioning, it's not about how big your sword is, Crips. If you know how to use it well, it should suffice. And Chibo, close range, where he might be the more proficient of the bunch. Well, he is versatile, and he has one interest and only one. That is killing. And boy, is he a killer. Boy, is he a sucker for pain as he just continues to dominate. And this is T2K not losing a single player on a back of a team fight, dude. That just yells about coordination and positioning is what they use. KKR get another member of Bella Gaming who, after the first 2 games in day 1, haven't been having any good fortune in the Nepal Invitational whatsoever.
Yeah, but at least they're able to get a couple of kills here. 3 frags. If they manage to kill Smokey, that would be the end of Bella Gaming. They cannot afford to let her get away. NFC also having a pretty damn bad time in this tournament, have been on the receiving end of so many early eliminations since yesterday. It's like they always have a man disadvantage, man, for some reason or the other. VM though, at one point they were chasing Neon Nepal, but now they're getting engaged by Donde Gamer, who have the high ground. Samir knocked out on top. There's no way to get up close to him. No grappling guns available on any of them either. Even the Skylar shockwaves won't do much because Donde Gamer don't even need to put up the glue walls. They can just easily stay on the high ground. Samir has fallen down on the ground, hoping that he would be able to crawl to his teammates, but now even Praveen requires assistance, and at this point it's just a bit too much for Revenger. Yeah, he gets shot down from Majita, who was not even on the top of that submarine. He was on the bottom side near the cliff. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and we have some of the first few teams going down now. Down to 9 teams. And this is the kind of pace that I expected from this game, OG. Since yesterday, we have been having way too many respawns, and it's about time that people overextend and hunt down those remaining last survivors.
I feel like, especially in the sense of Kalahari, once you're able to get that respawn down, it's kind of hard to punish because a lot of these respawn beacons are with physical cover, right? And physical cover is kind of the only thing in Refinery that saves you. It's the line between, you know, little bit of civilization and anarchy. So it helps in having a very, very, I'd say, thirsty game. You need to finish off what you started, otherwise they're gonna morph back, and we've seen yesterday based on the revenge stories, right? Things could get a decent bit spicy.
A decent bit is not the quantity I would use to, you know, talk about this one. Speaking of respawns, Team Brotherhood managed to respawn Tanjiro. Only 1 so far. Got enough materials to get just 1 respawn card back, and Tanjiro is the one who chooses to revive. Poor Tanjiro. Even he's been having a pretty bad amount of luck since yesterday. Like, whenever Brotherhood gets into a fight, Tanjiro is the one to die. That goes without saying. He is the entry fragger, so it is an occupational hazard, but Come on. There's a limit to the number of duels that they can lose.
That's more of a mental problem than an occupational hazard, bro. That's
And
that's what it
problem.
requires. Oh, we don't go there.
Oh, you don't do
We
that.
don't go there.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of skeptical because both Bella Gaming and NFC were squads that already were suffering a lot of casualties, right? So them going head to head and then eliminating each other, you don't really expect to see that much. Well, you do now. And I think for good reason. There is a vending machine right around the corner. If that member of Bella Gaming had like a couple of respawn tokens, that would be a nifty thing to just grab off your
He did.
post pocket.
Smokey was, at one point, I think the last player for his team. And he somehow managed to respawn at least one of the players. That's exactly why he was only knocked out and not completely killed the moment he fell on the ground over there. So Smokey managed to revive someone from Bella Gaming. We don't know exactly how many players, but I guess we'll find out soon.
I wonder if they're going to get that opportunity to get their players back on their feet. It's not that big of a problem just yet, right? But this is the only window where you can feasibly respawn your teammates, get them back the loot that they need, and then be in a position to fight. The further you delay this, you not only risk your position and your play being given away, but you also risk your teammates who are just being respawned to be thirsted before they even land the ground.
Exactly.
And NFC, they might have wanted to avoid this fight, but it doesn't seem like Thunder Gamers have that same intention. Their bloodthirsty quest for more blood, I suppose, I don't know, continues.
Yeah, and the worst part over here is that NFC are in no position to trade with each other. The players are so far apart, especially in Stone Ridge like this, where the angles are infinite. There's no way you can help your teammates out if he's isolated. Well, he goes down. What is going to happen to NFC? They're just donating points to their teammates. I'm sorry, not even their teammates, their enemies. This is like the second time Maniac has been respawned, and he gets killed without even dishing out damage. I hate to say this, Ochi, but this is a sinking ship, and they need to plug the hose fast. Oh, hold on. Don't the gamer. They might have an unexpected guest over here. Dragog from Abhishek Fighty has entered the region.
MJX has already gone down. RM, he had the opportunity there, but he wasn't able to pull the trigger in the nick of time. Oh no. The nades. Is it enough to secure the frag on a Rohit? AYT is still standing 4-man strong, and this has been a team that's developed that kind of portfolio for not only taking these fights but also resetting from fights like this real quick. So any opportunity for Thunder Gamer there to have any difference, completely wiped.
Oh, forget Donde Gamer, man. At least they have a bunch of kills. 7 kill points available for that team, and we still have no surviving. So if he manages to respawn one of his teammates, that would be great. If not, then he has another teammate around the other side. So the hope for Donde Gamer is still alive. You know, it's not going to be a bad, unproductive game. Oh, no, they're facing each other's backs. And that is going to be the end of Donde Gamer. Well, at least they had like 7 points before they went down, right? And they finished 9th. So they will get like 1 placement point. It's not bad, considering that things could have been worse. You could have been NFC who get respawned for absolutely no reason and just keep donating points to your enemies. But here we have Brotherhood, once again, back up on their feet. Deepu and Ezen have been called down from the skies, and T2K want to send them back up to their maker. Oh no, the trade comes through. Chrono Shield isn't really that great. Charlie trying to go for the res, but will he be back up on his feet in time? Yes, he will. At the same time, AYT have managed to kill one more player of NFC, and I think that's going to be the end of them.
Yeah, T2K, 8 kills so far in the bag and look to be in an absolute spree. Charlie, close range, the bubble gonna deter him for now as they just flush it. There is just no chance. The sickle added in to maybe... Okay, yeah, they traded out. I was gonna say if he gets another there, it adds on to the misery, but not gonna be the case. They reset here, T2K. And they should be able to grab themselves another freebie, a 9th now on the board. They have positioning inside the circle as well, so they're playing the circle game smart. The last time they were a little late on the jump when it came to the rotation. This time though, they're quick, they're thinking on their heels, and they're thinking quick. this circle finish is going to also depend on a lot of different factors, not a lot of places with real estate that could be there, because you see the edges of the circle being occupied by the center being a little vacant. So all these teams that now have to rotate in have to essentially go through checkpoints of plethora of teams before they even call the place home.
Oh, forget about calling this place home. Nobody wants to stay over here. This is like the worst spot in the zone. It's shrinking. You need to move further inside. I mean, at this point, you might just be out on the streets. T2K might be safe for now, but they will be forced to move very, very soon. Unless Santa Katrina is exactly where the circle is. No, it's not. It's directly on top of Team Lava. They've got the elevation. They've got the zone. They've got everything they need to make T2K cry. And how does T2K play this one? The only choice they have is to quickly rush to the high ground and somehow just cross this massive river in between so that Team Lava can't shoot them down. But there's a big gap. And even glue walls won't help your case over here because the elevation on T2K can easily be, exploited over there by Team Lava.
It could. On the other side, KKR trying to gatekeep RG, who are doing their best to maybe avoid this fight and go around. Not really a big option though. That nade was a juicy one and he manages to secure that kill. Big stuff. RG finding a small window to fight back, although a very, very heads up play from Simon. They end up trading that frag. 11 now on the board for KKR. Is he going for a respawn outside the circle? That is ballsy. And like you said, T2K, the only option that they have is to rush. And it looks like they might just rush into their doom and undoing.
How? How did they not lose a single player? All 4 players managed to stay alive, get inside the ship. They're safe now.
No, I jinxed them.
No. You jinxed Team Lava. You didn't.
Yeah, I jinxed them by not doing any favors. Telling them they have a chance. They managed to sweep by unnoticed. How fortunate.
For a change, this is Caster's blessing instead of Caster's curse.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, but I really didn't have good intentions there. It's just a miracle.
I don't care about your intentions, man. Sunita has bloodlust, intense bloodlust, and her intentions are clear. She's gonna freeze bomb the staircases so that they don't get rushed upstairs while they try to find angles under the players downstairs. They know for a fact that there's gonna be another team nearby, but what they don't know is that it's just AYT who don't have all their players, so it's not as big of a third-party threat that they think it will be. That's the problem that Team Lava is facing right now. They have a couple of players underneath them, a couple of players to their side, and because this battle has dragged on for so long, now both T2K and Team Lava will be gate-kept by by Abhishek, sorry.
Look at this though, Sunita just waltzed down unbeknownst to her. T2K completely setting shop and waiting for this trap to fold on them. Team Lava do a good job by trading it off, but they need to force the offensive. At least they are able to isolate this one team fight, so they're able to do this in somewhat of a clinical fashion, although Sunita still needs to get back on her feet, and finally she does, although at what cost? Abba is down, Sunita is down, Sandeep so dead low, and Heckler losing HP. They're all fighting outside the zone. This could be Team Lava walking on said lava, and that is certainly not the way you'd like to tread it, as Draco with the nade who secures it, and KKR, they now have to fight this in the crossroads, and it's gonna be Rabin who's forcing the issue. Draco yet again with the nade, he comes alive, and this could be a center of a game for him to bag for his team. 7 kills in the bag already. He needs to pull off a very, very phenomenal play. Needs to make this 8. He forces the issue up close and he secures it. Wow.
This is not happening, man. This is unfair. They were just 2 people. 2 people, and they wiped out 3 squads. They wiped out whatever was remaining of Team Lava, whatever was remaining of T2K, and then finally they pull off the 2 versus 3. No. This is beyond unfair, man. This is like stealing the morsel out of your opponent's mouth and just swallowing it without giving them even a little taste of it. What the hell did I just watch? Seriously, what is this game?
What do we just see?
Guys, Sure. I mean, I have to say, Abhishek Whitey, his team was
God.
aggressive right from the start. It's not like they showed up at the last moment and stole the win, which they did not deserve. They totally deserved this one. They had been picking up fights in Stone Ridge. They had been participating in the battles, getting all the kill points, and accumulating stat padding themselves. And then in the end, they find themselves alone with no respawn beacons in the vicinity, nothing to access. Very short on resources, not too many glue walls and meds, but they did have one grenade launcher, and oh my god, they used it so
Exactly.
well. Team Lava start to walk out of the Santa Catrina ship one by one, and in that narrow corridor that lets the way out, they throw a one grenade, and Dragog easily wipes out T2K. Next thing you know, he's killing off all the other members who are coming in from behind him as well. Oh man,
Dude.
what a performance!
Dude, I know you're not that acquainted down here in the south, but that was like straight up a Tollywood finish. Like I've not seen
this is
so many explosions and so much action ever since maybe Tollywood or Power Rangers. I think those are the only two things that are on par with just such a finish.
or maybe Michael Bay movies.
Nah, dude, he killed Transformers for me. I kind of still hate Michael Bay for that.
Okay, fine. But imagine this. Dragog transformed into the human version of Ex Machina, equipped with a grenade launcher in one hand, a sniper in the other hand, and he's just going at them like he's Terminator.
Two robots, one unkillable machine. It just comes to show, right? With every new game, there comes a chance where one team can come out with dominance, but this hasn't been one of those cases, dude. We've seen a very, very good case from game 1, game 2, and this is not that much of a kill-hungry game, but it also kind of balances it out, right? We've not really had a game where most of the teams consistently placed close to each other. We've often seen a very, very big deficit, and I think that this might be the game that changes that trend. I don't see a team that's walked out of it with a very, very big W. Of course, Drago, beautiful play, got his team that victory. I think that was, however, the only very big and I'd say odds-changing finish that we've gotten to see today.
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't think I can remember any other match or any other play which was as clutch as this one. 2 versus the world, and you have 3 teams against you, destroy all of them. That is a performance worthy of an MVP title. Let's take a look at the highlights, man. I mean, this is just the build-up. All the fights in Stone Ridge, Tonde Gamer participating, Abhishek Baiti also chiming in for the third party at the right time. Tonde Gamer had a decent game, not gonna lie. They had 8 kills, they went out on the 9th position. Could have been better, but hey, they take what they get. And this is when the clutch begins. At one point, T2K was in like the worst position possible, getting gate by Team Lava. Zone changes, they somehow rush into Santa Catrina, and then a team fight ensues. This brawl was chaotic, and what was left of Team Lava are like players at 20, 30 HP, all of them having to cross a big zone, taking damage from the ring and from their enemies. And this narrow doorway, when they try to get out of it, AYT just blow them up. And then the clutch from Dragog. Of course, he's the MVP, man. Of course. We saw him first a couple of months ago, and we knew that this guy is going to be a damn good duelist, or even a sniper if his team requires to be. But I never thought that a youngling like this would be capable of clutching. He is one of the newer names in the competitive circuit. Unlike all the other players like Sunita, who's been here since ages, Dragog has recently started to shine, and oh my god, he's shining as bright as the sun.
Yeah, and he's very close to making that 3K benchmark. I think the last MVP was 3.7K damage. So he certainly does have at least one aspect of his game that he might be able to, I don't know, hone to an even more explosive pedigree, cough, all pun intended. For now, Abhishek Whitey, a very, very good showing from them. And one thing that you have to give to Abhishek Whitey is with the way they performed in this match, it's going to give them a small edge in maintaining that lead. They performed in a game where Moonlight Esports got 1 point. 1 point, Crips. That's so much of a leverage that Abhishek Whitey now have towards the front of this race.
Exactly. Moonlight Gaming had a phenomenal second game in Purgatory, but after that, they just failed to show up. Forget overtook. Look at where Abhishek Whitey is. 171? Are you serious? That's almost a 50-point difference. And 50 points is a lot, even for the new meta. I still can't believe there's teams who are below 50 points, by the way.
Below 50 points, imagine. And that's Team
And those are the
Lava,
more experienced
Gamer,
teams.
and Booyah and GR, dude. This is
Exactly.
All right. This is one of the most questionable standings that we've seen from quite a while. But considering the nature of this Nepal Invitational, considering the shake-up that we've gotten to see today, I think this does justice to some extent, right? Because it's brought about a completely different dynamic. And teams like Abhishek YT have also shown how much they're able to adapt.
Exactly. Adaptation is like the name of the game over here. They had one trump card, man. Just a grenade launcher. Nothing else. Absolutely nothing else. And they make it work like a charm. And the surprising part over here is the experienced teams are the ones at the bottom. Bisho MGR, Team Lava, all of them have been playing in the Free Fire circuit since, I don't know, since before I started casting, man. And still, they're having a little bit of difficulty over here. Still, there's 3 games left for the championship to end. And these are the last few matches. No more time to revise and adapt. No more time to observe. This is the time to go ahead and apply whatever you've learned over the course of the last, how many, 9 games? Yeah, now you gotta put it all to use.
Yeah. They've found... Wait, are we gonna find an early fight at Peak? That's something that we
that would
haven't
be
really
great.
gotten to see, right?
Yeah, we haven't. Not throughout the tournament. Peak battles. Come on, that's like the classic of Free Fire in Bermuda. When people are getting plucked out of the sky already. We have Abhay trying to land a couple of shots, but his teammate Sandeep has been finished already. Meanwhile, Deepu also suffers an elimination, so at least they trade back. But there's 3 teams in the vicinity, OG, not 1. We thought it's going to be a face-off between Team Lava and Brotherhood, but even now Nepal is in the vicinity. They're towards the west. And they might be coming uphill soon. Only had 2 houses to loot for themselves, but Team Lava aren't aware of that. They're heading downhill. They still think that they have a chance, and Heka gets down now. Oh my lord, he thought he was safe. Sunita now panicking. She's alone. She realizes that she's surrounded. Luckily for her, Nyan Nepal is also missing a member. There's a 3-man squad for them, but that still doesn't help her cause because it's a 1v3.
Yeah. This is a hard break to see to some extent. And NN are just taking their time with it. Oh god. That is not the clip that you want to make on a stream. Let's put it that way.
Well, at least one of her teammates is near the respawn beacon. So maybe if he has enough to respawn all of them, Team Lava won't mind losing all this. Oh, here we go. Third party has arrived. All of a sudden, Nyan Nepal find themselves on the receiving end of beating. But they somehow make it work. They still get the knock onto Sangam, who went in all by himself. So many questionable decisions over here by the teams. Why on earth did Sangam go in all by himself? It's not like Brotherhood have been good at 4 versus 4 team fights. There's definitely no way they can take a 1v4 out. Tanjiro finally hitting some shots after a long spell of nothing but getting shot in the head first. Hopefully he can keep up the momentum.
Getting shot in the head first. The only way to lose a duel, right? They make it sound that simple. Although, considering all that we've gotten to see, I feel like the strategy now from Abhay is going to be very crucial. Might keep the hopes of NN alive. I feel like as soon as BH roll up, there's no way he survives with this set line. He has to go down, right? Yeah. No way that he makes it out of there, except in a body bag. And maybe he might come back in the form of him dropping down like it's hallelujah. Just gotta hope though that it's a little earlier so that he has the opportunity to grab back whatever he needs for the fight that's later to come. And one thing that's changed quite a bit is the fact that the first team's out before the 5-minute mark.
We have Bella Gaming, NFC, and Bisho MGR. Some of the worst performing teams in the tournament towards the bottom of the table now going in for a face-off. Or should I rather say drive-off? What on earth is NFC doing? I mean, I agree that Kelly's passive ability does keep you a little safe, but doesn't mean you get to exploit it so much, and that too so carelessly. Look at how far NFC is. One of their players has literally bypassed Team Bella Gaming, and he's on his way back. Yakuza is just going on a joyride. Is he gonna pop the vehicle right outside the L-shaped house? That would be suicidal, but he's got more brains in his head than just that. Brotherhood, at this time, have a respawn beacon to themselves. They can respawn their teammates. Yakuza? Oh, he's finally getting off. He's getting off the bike, but why is he pushing alone? He doesn't have any teammates close by. Maybe the nades can actually help him, but surprisingly, it's Guru who goes down first. Yakuza has to step up now. If he fails, his entire team could get eliminated right here and now. This is so stressful. How are they not getting angles on him? He's trying to use himself as bait, and now he's going to be slowed down by the freeze bomb, but it's okay. Freeze bombs can't slow down bikes. Oh no, poor Brotherhood, they get eliminated. They tried to go for the respawn. They were right next to the beacon, but they all get shut down, and that is one more team out of the tournament.
Yeah, and Bella Gaming does bad stroke of fate continues for them, dude. It's not been greenery for them ever since the first two maps of the Invitational, and that trend does not seem to change with what seems to be the last few maps left in this tournament. NFC, they tried to get this fight in, let's say, less than ideal fashion, right? With them pushing the front lines in that fashion, the back.
Oh, no. Not like this. Not like this.
Oh, no. Oh, God. I don't know over here. This much, dude. What can you do in a situation like this?
Forfeit. Forfeit. At least don't give up the points to your opponents this easily. Oh my god. I'm surprised that NFC managed to get a couple of kills onto Bella Gaming in the first place, given the absolutely nonsensical push from Yakuza over there. Like, he was all by himself. Doesn't get killed. Somehow his teammates start dying because they try to assist him. Yakuza was obviously baiting himself so that his teammates can set themselves up for a couple of kills, but nope. The bait fails, Yakuza falls away in his bike, and when he tries to return, his teammates blow himself up with grenades. Like, that is the most disappointing performance that we have seen so far. And the funny part is, Bella Gaming was the one in trouble. They were the one surrounded by TGR, by Bisho MGR at the same time, and somehow Laka from Bella Gaming still survives. He's inside Potionak right now. The rest of Bisho MGR are heading quickly towards him, and nah. Won't be able to get out and respawn his teammates.
He revived. He did it in the nick of time. He might have gone down, but the rest of his team were in the dropship, and they just came out of it. Nobody has loot, and this is so enticing. I talked about this with Tanya in map 3, Crips. We mentioned the fact that, you know, if there's a solo just trying to respawn his teammate, a team could maybe wait for the respawn to happen, see that plane come in, thirst that solo guy, and then go for the rest of the team who might not have, you know, a lot of utility and gunpowder to fend for themselves.
Exactly.
Very
and the people the people who just got respawned are splitting up quite a lot. They're gonna get chased down very quickly, and there you go on the kill feed. They're already getting the state.
Abhishek Whitey on the other hand has opened fire on NN and ML. Moonlight not really in the best position because they're in the spotlight of RG, who are opening fire, not able to find that fatal blow. ML still alive, they find cover. What's their game plan? They don't have anywhere to retreat. They can't give away this high ground. As soon as they jump down, they'll be on a significantly low ground which they can't defend against. It's a stalemate for all they're concerned. If they make a move which is ill-educated, it could cost their demise, and everybody being in the same position, yeah, no possibility of a solo trying to go and revive. Oh, the push.
I like this.
RG aren't ready. Oh no! Oh. They just push him off the table! Dude, what is this?
You remember how we used to play pen fight as kids? This is what I'm reminded of by that. They just literally pushed off the members of ML from the tabletop, and surprisingly, Royal Gurkha are still alive and kicking over here. They did a very good move over there. They used the summoned airdrops as permanent cover so that their Q walls, even if they're broken down by Skylar shockwaves, won't cause too much trouble. And now it's time for them to drop down. Sumidon uses the bike to fall down so that he doesn't take any fall damage, and that is the biggest brain move that we have seen. No, but his teammates, Lakabdon, he can't do the same thing. No problem, they still have the man advantage. Sumidon almost going in by himself, trying to fight two members at once. A little too much for him, but the trade is there. I just hope he doesn't get thirsted. Maximus and Order have to jump down as well. They find a little ledge. They stop the revive from coming through, but still, they need to finish off quite a lot. Oh no! Falls again to his death. What is this? How is every single team we spectate today making so many mistakes? That too silly ones. These are absolutely silly ones. Royal Gurkha didn't end up giving away their kills to the opponents.
We started with sumo wrestling on top of that bridge. They throw each other off the ring. Then we went to... this is like, you know those videos where they do drop tests for like the different phones? This is straight up a human drop test.
Yeah. Could also be a human rights violation. I mean, Royal Gurkha had the advantage over there. HP advantage, positional advantage, ability advantage. They never used a Chrono Shield. I thought they had it in the bag when Sumidon jumped down with the bike without taking damage, and I'm like, yep, that's the game plan, but forget about that for now. Bisho MGR also in trouble. T2K really just starting to shine over here. Want to exact revenge for what happened to them in the previous game, and they've taken all that frustration out on Bisho.
For sure. And T2K, they might have the slow start, but we've seen on multiple occasions that we might see a team start this slow. Once that circle becomes chaotic towards that late game, when a couple of these teams have the opportunity to get their revive out, that's when the real big bank starts to be made. And this could be another battle on the bridge between ML and AYT. And Bella Gaming, who are they fighting against? I don't think anybody. Yeah, they're just going to be resetting. Although the battle on the bridge is going to be the more interesting of the bunch.
It's funny how Bella Gaming was the first team to lose some of their members, but still they outlived teams like Royal Gurkha over here. They outlived Bisho MGR. And they outlived the team that was fighting against them first, the team that killed them in the first place. Now, Abhishek YT has taken over the position that Royal Gurkha was once holding. They already had a bunch of summoned airdrops to work with, and now they've called in some more of them. There's a natural airdrop also at the bottom, which Superman might take, but the moment he touches it, Abhishek YT will find out. Yeah, they'll know. Maybe they already know. That's exactly why they are here.
What if it's a bait, dude?
Could very well be a bait. Definitely.
I don't think AYT are gonna be in a position where they want to give away this high ground, right? That's gonna be very crucial for them to maintain. If they want to thirst on the rest of the lobby, that's gonna be rotating in. Meanwhile, T2K, they have finally made their way on top of the hill, but they're still not the king of the hill. That's something that TGR have been having a reservation over, and something that now is being contested. Mind you, NN, they've been pretty silent, right? They're trying to wrap their way all the way to the other end of the circle and let T2K start the dirty work. TGR, they're gonna firmly hold the ground as well. This is T2K's true test. We've mentioned that this is their chance that they can completely turn the story around. 4 kills, 4 players still up, opportunity very present, but not the best position. That's the only disadvantage they have.
Oh no, Rohit got tucked off by Superman from below. Well, at least now AYT know who their nemesis is, and they are directly beneath them. Not in terms of position points, though. Can T2K beat the King of the Hill over here? They're going in for the full push onto TGR. Hadim and Majida in the same house, but one of their players near the lower hill, and that's going to be Novi, who's trying to find a flank angle, but little does he realize that his teammates are getting pushed into the compound, so he's going to have to reposition him to a place where he does not find himself on the low ground. Oh my lord! He's the first one to die. I thought he's going to be the insurance policy of his team, but instead, they killed him first, and now it's just Flo Majida left. Can he survive this one? Wow, a lovely shot on the Chibo. This could be the beginning of the comeback, but the flash is going to leave him a little disoriented, and now his head is going to be chopped off too. T2K finds Chibo back.
Oh, the nades! The Chrono's the only thing that's saving Moonlight, and they are just in such an unfortunate low ground where Utility is gonna do all the heavy lifting. AYT, they lose Rohit though. That's certainly a casualty. It's certainly something that they're going to feel, but it's something that they don't need to cry about. They have position, and I think that's the very important aspect of it, right? A lot of these teams now, given the way this final circle emerges, are out of real estate. They're going to be out open in Mother Nature's embrace, and that's not a place where you're safe from all these steam and guns. There needs to be a little bit in terms of positioning that needs to go the way of T2K, and they realize it. They're like, if they won't get positioning, at least they'll get these kill points. And that's why Bella Gaming's respawn roster, mind you, is gonna maybe add to the tally.
Can Bella Gaming actually make it? I'm surprised they survived up until the top 4. But
I know,
are there
right?
any respawn opportunities now? I don't think so. There's 3 teams over here with 2 members each, and T2K are the only ones with 4-man roster, so it's a 2v2v2v4.
Yeah.
Nepal, Abhishek YT, Bella Gaming, all of them weak. But maybe Bella Gaming can find themselves up against Abhishek YT right now, just on the edge of the cell phone tower. Dragog is right there. He's been spotted. The battles have begun, but they need to move their way inside the zone as well, and this is going to be a tricky one. Now Nepal are the ones who are safe, but the moment I say that, T2K finds the angle on them. Oh, the Cautious Curse is real, isn't it now? And Dragog once again has the grenade launcher. He was able to clutch the entire game in Kalahari. Can he pull it off once again in Bermuda? He's got the Shiloh shockwaves as well, but he's saving it for the right moment. He knows that this is not the opportunity. His grenades have the angle, but Bella Gaming gets shot by T2K, stolen by AYT. And this is Raja doing the dirty work.
T2K though, this has been a booyah that they've been waiting for. Flexi is just managing to try and place to a position
Not
to
again.
a little better. This nade, we've seen it work wonders, and this is his calling yet again. 2 kills in the game so far, but that can be a story that changes in the matter of a moment. His last nade that he has in the bag. Does he connect it? Does he find any value? A knock in the background, that's all that they find. Maybe a little bit of space. An isolation, that's not something that Raja can work upon.
No.
And this is just T2K having numbers and Frick on their side to get them the W. 10 kills in the bag, and they're soon to make it 11. As Bella Gaming, sure, they managed to come top 2. Cool. This is off the back of what was a very, very ballsy revive, a very desperate situation, well managed. Damage limitation. At least the damage that's been done so far, very little in the way of limiting it. Maybe a better placement. T2K though, very good performance. They managed to get that revive on Chivo as well in the last possible second in that last zone. This is a booyah that we've been waiting to come. And more importantly, it steals a lot of those points away from teams like KKRs, from teams like Abhishek YT. So this keeps that front row a lot more heated, Crips, more fuel to the fire, if you may say so.
Yeah, I mean, but there was one kill that Dragog managed to steal away from T2K. I mean, he was the one who finished off the Bella Gaming member on the ground. Plus, Dragog and his grenades, they were phenomenal. But in the end, he ended up blowing himself up with the grenade launcher, so that was a bit unfortunate. It's funny how the same weapon can win him a game in one of those matches and completely work to his demise in the other one. So, yeah, I just can't help but imagine how this outcome would have been if Dragog didn't blow himself up with the grenade launcher.
Talking about having a taste of your own medicine, eh? In the most cruelest of fashion, you're doing it yourself. Oof. Self-oof.
You know, those are not good, man. Oof is not good. Self-oofs are even worse. But still, I mean, this is great for Abhishek YT, right? They got a bunch of kills. They finished third. I think this is still an admirable performance from them. And considering they were at like 171 points, this is perfect for them. All they need to do is keep finishing in the top 2, top 3, and they're going to be up there, staying afloat above every other team. And the teams that are getting close to them are not the ones who are anywhere close to them on the scoreboard. The teams who got finished in second place, like for example Bella Gaming. They were supposed to die in the first circle itself. They were surrounded by Yakuza and his boys, even Bisho MGR. Somehow they managed to outlive all of that, get to second place. So that's great. Plus Bella Gaming needs those points. She's not even inside the top 10, so they need to buckle up.
Yeah, they certainly do. It's going to be a very interesting tale, especially in the standings, because this game could have been a very, very important game in changing the trajectory of some of these teams, because there's still a little mileage left. There's 2 more maps yet to go, ladies and gentlemen. Purgatory and Kalahari are going to be in the horizon, but of course, we need to relive Bermuda. So I'm going to be itching for the replays. Like you said, there are a couple of teams that did gain and do damage limitation, right? Bella Gaming a little less so than what you can admit, but a team like Ankush YT, now there have been a team that has been towards the front, but in your highs, you should not let go of what your lows could look like. And in all honesty, compared to what we've seen of other teams in tournaments past many moons ago, this is a very, very good way of maintaining your lead. And scientifically, there's only so much that you can do in your control, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty deadly tournament, and there's so much chaos, so much confusion. There's barely any things that you can control, so you might as well just stick to the ones that you have the power to influence and not overextend. Don't beat yourself up for things that aren't necessarily your fault. I mean, speaking of beating things up, beating yourself up, there were so many mistakes that teams made. Teams, I'm saying, not any particular team, almost everyone making mistakes. First, it was Yakuza initiating himself alone, his teammates dying, Vuru blowing himself up with a grenade. That was pathetic, downright. And then we have the mess up that Royal Kirka did. They managed to throw off the members of, I believe it was Moonlight. Yeah, this fight. And then we have them dying, like this order literally dropping to the ground and dying to fall damage. How often do you see that in a high tier tournament like this? Like for Royal Gurkha, this was a big throw.
Dude, I think this was the bigger one out of the 2, but I also want to see that nade. That was the funniest in my opinion. At least here you could give it a circumstance to some extent, because they needed to force that fight, right? Now the fact that fight didn't go in their favor, it's indicative to some small but yet fatal errors, especially timing window. They really needed to push early, or they needed some other trump card before they did come into that push. They did neither. They pushed at a timing which wasn't really favorable to them, and it ended up taking them to their demise. Another good use of utility, like, completely nullifying that low ground. Just bombard it. Don't take any risk whatsoever. We've seen on a couple of these occasions that these players have pretty nutty reflexes, so you never know when the turntables and you get a nasty bullet that you have to bite for breakfast. Although this MVP, I have to say, is not as, how do I say, illustrious as the couple that we did get to witness, right? 4 kills, 1,382 damage. I feel like this MVP statistic is very indicative of how evenly the stats were spread across the server. There wasn't really one flame that every fly was attracted to. It was more or less shining on every island, and I think the game standing is going to speak more volumes than this.
Oh, definitely. The game standings will speak more volumes. I think even the overall standings will tell us something that could be interesting, especially over here for T2K. They were not all that high on the scoreboard, but then again, they were somewhere in the middle. And with this massive win, they could potentially propel themselves into the top 3 if they have enough momentum, that is. But we'll find out once we take a look at the scoreboard. For now, let's just appreciate Sasidon over here from T2K. Out of all the Dons, he's probably one of the best ones. A decent game for Moonlight and Bisho MGR, teams who were struggling towards the bottom of the overall scoreboard. But then again, only 13 and 12 points respectively. How much is that going to help their cause, especially when the number 1 team has a 50-point deficit between them and the number 2 team? And there are some teams who are not even above the 100-point marker. Forget that. There are some teams who are not even about the 50-point marker.
At this point, I think that, teams like Moonlight, teams like AKR just need to cross their fingers and pray for an unfortunate start for Abhishek YT off the bat in these last 2 maps here at the Fire Nepal Invitational. and also then deliver, right? They need a bag of Booyah. They need to land like what, maybe a 15 kill, 20 kill game on the back of a Booyah. That's a good, close to 34, 35 points. So that's something that they need to really eye. That's the only way that they can make up a deficit like this. Otherwise, yeah, it's almost a done and dusted deal. Abhishek YT have proven to us how consistency can completely define and change that landscape, which, especially in the context of FFNI, has been ever evolving. Every single game manifests itself in a unique and different way, and that's very indicative on the leaderboard. We walked into the day with a team like Abhishek YT completely leading the chart, but now teams have been getting close, and this chase keeps going on. Let's see how this day ends as we head into a small break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
welcome back to the Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022. Tanya and I are going to be your casters for the last 2 games of the day. Tanya, these might just be the most important ones. We have Abhishek YT on top for now. But do you think there's any team over here that can overthrow them?
Well, for the score that they have created, I'm afraid if there's going to be anyone who can overthrow them. But for this particular match, I am expecting that they cross the 100 marker for the kill points and 200 marker for the overall points. This is how the day has been. For the very first Booyah, it was Team Abhishek YT on the grounds of Bermuda, hoisting their flags. For round 2, Moonlight, one of the most consistent team for the day, were able to take away the Booyah. Then comes Abhishek YT once again. Not a hat-trick, sure, but will it be a triple by the end of the day? Dragog being one of the best fragger for the team, as we already talked about this player yesterday, and Superman was the supremacy for Team Moonlight on the map of Purgatory. Once again, AYT sharing the score, AYT Rohit sharing the score with Superman.
Yeah, Superman might just have some powers, but Dragog over here pulled off that massive clutch in Kalahari that gave Abhishek YT the Booyah that they so desperately needed. And you're right, they're about to hit some record numbers over here. They might cross 100 kill points, might cross 200 overall points, and at that point, man, nobody can touch them. Nobody can even come close to them.
They should not be targeted
deficit.
first. They should not be targeted first. They should not be taken down early on, and that is how they are going to survive. And we very well know, Crips, how Free Fire Battle Royale system works. Now it is the time for the bottom teams to play some tricks and take down the teams who are into top 3. So let's see if Moonlights are going to turn into a victim, or maybe for now we have got Abhishek YT being taken down very quickly or easily. I'm afraid that is going to be a case of scenario. Even after losing 1 or 2 players, they are going to have advantage of Revival. But after casting yesterday and today, I did come to a conclusion. Revival is an advantage without a doubt, but loot is a massive deficit here, without which even after being revived, they are not able to retaliate in the exact function they would want to. Without any delay, we are going to head towards the 5th match for the day. It is day 2, the map of Purgatory for Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022.
From Marble Works to Ski Lodge, where do you expect to see early fights over here, Tanya?
We can expect a lot of fight on Western Island, but right now it is going to be Crossroads. Sure, we can see total of 2 teams already trying to get the best of the loots. Maybe some hand cannons to work out with. You never know what loot are these players fighting for, and it is going to be Crossroads. Sure, they are immediately racing into the open to grab some extra weapons, and already whatever they have it in their hand, they have initiated giving some shots, firing some in-range shots which are not getting connected. But the first blood will be drawn, and we sure are going to lose the player very, very early on.
Jump shot, shotgun, action. Something that I used to see a lot in Quake, but here in Free Fire, it doesn't really work all that well. Brotherhood also losing one of their players in a position where he cannot be resurrected just yet. Tanjiro has a flank, so does Aizen. If they can crunch at the same time, then they might be able to get a knock or 2. But Tanjiro, as usual, getting killed right at the beginning. At least he took down 1 player with him, so now Bijou have to go in for the full send. It's a man-on-man duel, shotgun versus SMG, and it's Revenger who comes out on top. They're going to secure his weapon so they have more ammo and more health to work with. So Bijou MGR might just be able to mount a comeback over here, but they will let their opponents escape. And will that be their undoing? Meanwhile, on the outskirts of Brasilia, we have PGR bearing their opponents, Moonlight. And that's the 2nd best team in the lobby, losing 2 of their members. This could be a green ticket for Abhishek YT.
Absolutely, this is what exactly they are waiting for. But then the revival is also going to come in very quickly. Praveen is revived, but Moonlight, no scope of revival. The team on position 2. Now this is the perfect room of opportunity that the players are going to be getting a good shuffling. The teams are going to get a good shuffle, or maybe it is going to be a number 3 team getting an upshift entirely, because it has been one of the quickest elimination of any team within just 3 minutes. And for Brotherhood, it is going to be Deepu who is going to survive. Not only survive, is also going to make sure revive his teammate. And talking about Nan Nepal, they are on the grounds of Moat House, far away, and look at the circle, which is inclusive of Moat House. So it is a good choice made. But look at other teams. Two teams on the Western Island, far away from the circle. Same goes for Ayush Whitey's team, once again spotted on the Southern Island. Lumbermill is one of the key focus, but Moonlight taking away Booyah on the grounds of Purgatory, and now being taken down so early on. What an irony.
The irony is rich, and so is Abhishek Whitey in terms of points. I mean, not in this game, but like in a more general sense, of course. NFC, can't really say the same for them. They've always been on the receiving end of either a brutal third party or an unfortunate flank, sometimes even self-nades. And that's exactly why they've gotten rid of Voodoo. They've brought in Keizu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this name correctly, but yeah, Keizasu. He's been, he's replaced Voodoo, so that's all you need to know. That's the important storyline.
On the grounds of Moat House, now it's not only going to be Nepal, there are other teams as well who are putting interest in, and all thanks to the circle, which is going to totally be supportive. And the last man, Deepu, is he going to survive? Did he have Misha equipped? Is going to be the question. The passive ability to go ahead, take all the damages through the vehicles, and not for so long. He is spotted, taken down, and the whole flag has been hoisted. Well, if I'm not mistaken, Crips, this was the very first emoji witnessed in FFNI 2022.
Yeah, all the emojis are just like rubbing salt into the wounds of your enemies, and especially with Team Brotherhood, who've been on the receiving end of it quite a lot. They've been eliminated at the start, and even Bella Gaming might suffer the same fate. Oh my goodness! 3 seconds, 3 knocks. Team Royal Gurkha are on fire. Laka almost dead. He managed to get around the corner just in the nick of time, but the bike is a bit faster. Can Flexi be faster than that? Can he get away from this region in time to respawn his teammates? Or will he be shot down and Royal Gurkha capture that respawn beacon for themselves?
Let's see what are these teams up to, because for now, Rahul Game, after losing one player, they're going to make sure that they go ahead towards the revival point, towards the best of the compounds, and again reunite as an entire squad and then pick up the battle. Talking about Team T2K, now the teams who have performed very well for the entire day are getting shaky, are stumbling down, getting eliminated. The Team Moonlight, to be very precise, Team T2K winning away a Booyah with massive amount of kills, have already lost 2 players. Are they going to get a room of opportunity where they go ahead, revive the teammates? Nepal have already made a move, and Team T2K have got a successful opportunity to revive their teammates. 2 players have been respawned here, and Ayush Whitey once again going for the play of patience. Well, the most impatient team playing an entirely opposite set of play. Now that is something strange happening here.
Well, some teams are defying the way that they usually play, and that could hopefully be for the better. Team Lava heading into the belly of the beast. T2K have a massive spread over here. Chibu on the high ground, Unish acting as bait on the road, and then there's Sasidon and Charlie at the bottom side. Even Team Lava go for the split. Abhay OP moving around on the bike, hoping to gather some information. I just hope he doesn't crash into the fence at the wrong time, because then he might be on the receiving end of some bullets. Luckily, he's got Misha equipped, so he's safe. Or is he? Down to 50 HP. He heals himself. Alright, Team Lava have now discovered the locations of Charlie and Sasidon. What about the others?
Well, I do know about one team, BG, who is already eliminated, and Team T2K walking right into the open, indeed driving right into the open on the crosshairs of Team Lava.
Oh my god, I'm a little scared for Charlie. His vehicle's drifting out of control. It's on fire. Can Team Lava finish them off? No! Sandeep gets shot through the glue wall, and Sasidon, he's gonna be able to get that knock. Can he finish him off? Yep, he can. He spotted Hecker going towards the high ground as well, and Hecker will be shot down too. Oh, T2K are just so nutty with their sniper shots today. Even Abhay might walk into the crosshairs of Chibo, but is he fast enough? Can he channel his inner Moon Rider and ride away into the sunset? Looks like it. His teammates, though, they won't get to see the light of the next day. Unless they get respawned.
Yeah, that is what exactly I was talking about. They might get respawned. They are going to get to see another day, but without the exact loots that they died with. Sandeep is again revived without any delay, and Ayush Vaiti Supreme is also trying to make a move towards the circle. On the other side, Rahul Gamer's last player is tanking a lot of zone damage, and now NFC is also under the influence of red zone. They have got hard covers to work out with, so now they're not going to get scared of anything happening right as of now. And talk about circle, it is totally centralized, inclusive of a little bit of Brasilia and lots of fields. So now glue wall is going to be a key of essence here. More the glue walls, more the survival, or maybe the revival as well.
All right, let's take a look at all the respawn beacons available, right? There's one near Ski Lodge, one on the edge of Forge where Abhay might be heading. And in the process of doing so, he's going to attract the attention of Nepal towards him. So he's going to probably have to take a detour. Meanwhile, Vishu MGR are relatively safe. Although there's not a lot of respawn beacons around them. If they find a vending machine, they could still bring their member back. They only have to bring one guy back, right? So someone or the other must have enough for a token.
They definitely go ahead for the loot where they are going to get more of the golden coins available, golden tokens available, and that is how the vending machines will be used gradually. But before that, Ayush White is going to cross the path with Team Nepal, racing right in their faces, and now they are going for the run over, and Zazboy is down on the knees. Will be confirmed as well. Sanyasi is also confirmed, and in no time, in fraction of few seconds, it is an entire shutdown for Team Nepal. It was all planned and strategized.
Sheesh! What a finish! This is the first fight that we have seen that ended in less than 10 seconds. It wasn't even much of a fight. They got out of the car, they go down to hell, straight up. And then there's KKR. They are kind of trapped, especially Puneet over here. He's waiting for the glue wall to crack so that he can use the shotgun at close range. Hopefully he can still win this, but with two people peeking up at the same time, the chances are less. How is he still alive? He actually gets a knock? No way, dude. RG in a little bit of trouble over here. They spent so much time trying to corner one person. The rest of KKR have a chance to reset. And all of the RG players are now inside that house. The Chrono Shield's about to expire and the nades are being showered upon them. Can they stay safe from the shrapnel? Sundon gets pre-fired by Simon, and that is a nasty, nasty shotgun flick. Can he follow up? He can see the others right around the corner. Doxer, can he find a little bit of safety? He's trying to just run around this maze of glue walls, turning it into the labyrinth. But you know what's at the end of the labyrinth? It's often a Minotaur. And this time, it's not the half-man, half-piece. It's just a dude on a bike. He's running away. Will KKR chase him?
Will KKR chase him? We have seen KKR chasing them. We have seen KKR going ahead, getting those amount of frags. But is it going to be the room of opportunity right now? Because for now, if we talk about the fight, a two-day gamer with 5 frags, and they just crossed each other. And Sandeep being resurrected, getting the loot, and again trying to take the revenge. This is exact story that makes things even more interesting. Then will be revived without any delay. So revival is still very easy than respawning a teammate. So they are still focusing on the old meta as well. On the course, Team Lava is going to get a strong shutdown by Team T2K. Team T2K, once again, as strong as 4 pillars. They are trying to rise their building, but how many stories are they going to build here?
Oh, forget about the stories in the building. I'm talking about the overall story over here. The champions, their throne could be endangered over here if T2K takes them out. Everyone will be happy, and it's already a man's advantage with AYT. But the moment I say that, Rohit neutralizes the numbers. Unish hits one right back, but he's very low on HP. He at least manages to finish the kill before he gets knocked out, so that's at least 1 point secured. Dragog once again in a clutch situation. He's pulled off the impossible before with the explosives, and he does it again. Again and again, Dragog delivers, clutches for the team, and keeps the dream alive.
He has done wonders for Team Total Gaming. Now, once again, reuniting with his own very nation for Nepal. He is proving his worth. In any team that he plays, he has been chasing rosters quite too often. And wherever he is going, he is providing that sort of a justice coming in. And right now also, we did go through the key, the MVP standings of the entire tournament of Fire Nepal Invitational. He was on number 1. But right now, who is struggling? It is going to be Rohit once again being taken down. Will Dragog be able to pull the trigger? going for the vending machine, and now he has already called for Raja Supreme Rohit. Now that was pretty quick of Dragog, not only in taking some frags with a grenade, we have seen him go 1v3 elimination, but now it was one with 3 revival and on air frags. Yesterday you were dreaming about it, today you are witnessing it.
Oh my goodness, so many people getting shot out from the sky. I'm not even sure if they're playing Free Fire anymore or if this is playing Bird Hunt. Well, Drakog is certainly a free bird, flying across the circle on the outskirts, going elsewhere. His teammates couldn't make it. Will he be able to make it? He's driving right through NFC territory, circling back to Bisho. Where is he gonna land? Finally gets himself a compound, but he's not safe there.
His focus is not the compound. Vending machine is just behind him. He is again trying to build a room of opportunity where he's able to revive his teammate. But will he be able to create that sort of an opportunity? Does he have enough tokens to do that? And delivered a lot of damage. I'm afraid this time, is he going to survive the wrath of Team NFC? And now it is going to be Maniac putting a shutdown to the toppers since the start of the day. Indeed, since yesterday they have been the table toppers, and now they are taken down with 14 and 14 players remaining. Team B show with 7 flags already trying to push against Team NFC.
Bisho really holding nothing back. They have Maniac cornered, and what they can't finish off with the guns, they will finish off with the grenades. Samir with another finish, adding more points to the tally. Bisho already up 8 kills. Can they add 3 more to the tally and take it to 11? They have quite a lot of time. They are not going to get gate capped by the other teams, but the moment I say that, TGR finds an angle and they finish off Prabeen. And now all of a sudden, PM have just as many members as their opponents first. NFC also having just 2 members, having left one of them behind, have to race into the zone to find a little rock for cover. Skylar Shopface will break Lure, and that in fact enabled Samir to hit him with the bike. The kill was still stolen by NFC, so at least they get to keep their points, and they desperately need those points. But where will they find cover for themselves?
This is the grounds, this is the field where only glue wall is going to be the savior in terms of cover, and some tree trunks, but those tree trunks are not going to be sufficient enough. On the course, Rahul Gamers are already eliminated. It is going to be MJ from Tonde Gamer down on the knees and also confirmed without any delay. NFC's last man with the cover of the tree. Tonde Gamer has got still 2 players surviving, and they've got 12 frags to work out with. Now this was a creditable work done. This is good. Finally we get to see some work coming in from Tonde Gamer before the day ends, before the tournament ends. 3 teams, 5 players, 1 more frag confirmed. It is coming in from Revenger. So now it is all up to a 2v2 situation.
This could be the most fair 2v2 that we've seen in a while. Tonde Gamer could be one of the title contenders over here since they find themselves in the top 5. Bisho, on the other hand, they are on the bottom 5 and they desperately need those points. Can they find them there? Adim has an angle, pushing closer and closer into the fence, but there's barely any natural cover over here for TGR. They have 1 car for cover and they're not going to bring it in. Meanwhile, BM, whatever cover they had will now be nullified because of the nades and the ring, and Revenger has been shut down already. It's down to Abirol, 1v2. Adim taking pot shots at him with the sniper. Meanwhile, Nove laying down shrapnel in his spot. Even the Chrono Shield won't keep him safe for too long. At least he finds himself enough time to go for the med kit, but it is futile.
And here we see Team Tonde Gamer, Novi being the MVP, taking away the Booyah. They had good amount of kills. They had good survival instincts this time. Did not allow to go very low in numbers. As soon as one player was lost, the player was immediately revived. And maybe, I don't know how they are managing to complete the loot. They are going for the death crates that they are creating or whatsoever. But everything is working fine for Team Tonde Gamer. But somewhere I do feel bad about one team, that is Team Moonlight, being taken down so early on the map of Purgatory, where they earned a Booyah so strongly.
Exactly. I mean, how can you go from being on the top to being at the bottom over here? That just really sucks to be Team Moonlight. But then again, Abhishek Vaiti, even they didn't make it into the top 5. In fact, they just barely finished at the 5th position. So it's still better than whatever performance Team Moonlight was able to put up, but at least they won't go too far ahead, right? So they're still within grabbing distance. But is covering that big of a deficit in one game possible? We are down to the last match, Tanya. Only Kalahari remains between us and the crowning of the champions, and it looks like Abhishek Whitey is in the front running with nothing to stop them.
Well, now talking about nothing to stop them, they have got eliminated early on. If at all, imagine Moonlight was surviving. They did have a little bit of room of opportunity where they could have closed in at least until the map of Kalahari would have come. But to their luck or to their performances whatsoever it is never luck though. It is mostly about the hard work that they are giving in. I would say Moonlight getting eliminated and Ayush Whitey surviving for a little extra minutes. Indeed, surviving until top 5. That was sufficient enough for them to get those sort of standing points, and they are going to create a mark. They have cemented a good position for themselves, and to break that cement you need someone as strong as a bulldozer. Let's see is there anyone who is going to bulldoze them, or they are going to stand still like a tower, nobody to shake them, or is there any earthquake approaching which we are unaware about?
I mean, I don't know much about bulldozers, but I know a lot about tanks. And Dragog, with his grenades, is a war machine. He's a tank equipped with anti-air missiles, anti-ground missiles, and sometimes even goddamn nukes. Just look at this. 10 seconds and the fight is done. Over. Now Nepal didn't even get out of their vehicles. And if that's not a tank buster, then I don't know what is.
So it's clearly mentioning that there's nobody to shake Team Ayush Whitey until and unless Dragog is surviving. He is the war machine to save themselves from anybody trying to bulldoze them. But Team Train to Kill as well, they performed very well for the start. They were trying to pick up battles, and there was nobody to stop Ayush Whitey. Let's be honest here. Even after losing players, they were making sure of winning tiny battles, because their motive is not these battles to win. They want the crown, they want the final war in their favor, and letting the players in half, leaving the players to go die or maybe to survive, and then giving a finisher and then reviving. Well, talking about Bisho, they had a good opportunity, and I will call it a lot of good kill points to accrue. If this is how you can grab so many kill points, this is a good way. No, there's nobody to refire you, there is nobody to counter you, and the helpless souls falling like fleas from the sky.
Yeah. Even Bishu MGL was kind of helpless over here, right? They thought they found themselves a safe haven behind the hay bales and the little trucks thingies. I don't even know what to call them anymore. But that little cover for them turned into their grave as TGR find the Booyah. And it's No Way who's the MVP. 1,800 damage, 4 kills. Less than 1,000 survival time, but hey, who needs higher survival time when you can get the Booyah itself? And with that, TGR find themselves a step closer to the top 3, but not on the podium just yet.
Not on the podium, and they have got only one room of opportunity, last final map of Kalahari, where they can create a history for themselves. History is still in the writing, nobody is crowned yet. They have got a perfect chance to play in, and we very well know Team TGR has got a lot of good snipers, and next map is of Kalahari. We had selected an active ability of Skylar. That is indicative that he was willfully trying to go ahead, be aggressive with his gameplay, and not use Chrono as a defender, as a activated defender shield. Don't they game with a total of 26 points. Bishu MGR, well, thanks to those revives, they were able to get total of 10 frags for themselves, and also they did have some good battles, which due to which they were able to earn a total of 19 points. And on the third position, we have Abhishek Whitey still in the podium.
Well, Abhishek Whitey, even after everything was said and done, even after they were shut down by 3 different teams, Dragog finds a way to keep themselves alive. And there you have it! The 100-point and the 200-point markers simultaneously broken, shattered. The only thing that hasn't been shattered is a record over here, because Abhishek Whitey is busy making new ones.
They are breaking their own records, and I'm happy to see they have created a history of crossing over a century in kill points, 200 points into overall. Tonde Gamer, will they be able to get total of 50 points? Abhishek Whitey on the course will have to go ahead, get eliminated with 0 points, just like Moonlight were eliminated on the map of Purgatory. I really don't think that is going to happen by any chance with the form with which Abhishek Whitey's team is performing, playing, reviving and shooting, and also running over the vehicles. It's like they are mastering each and every aspect required to win the title, and they are here for the same. But this is going to be the final map, and it is the map of Kalahari, which is a game changer for Abhishek Whitey. Things are looking pretty clear, but the competition still remains in position 2, 3, 4, because they are also very closely sticking to each other in terms of score.
Yeah, in terms of the top 5 teams, right, regarding who finishes at second place, who comes third, that competition still hasn't had, it still doesn't have all the clear answers. You still don't know who are going to be the top 2 and top 3 teams, the other 2 podium finishes. But will you agree with me if I say that Abhishek Whitey has more or less won this tournament?
Definitely does look like so. There's nobody to get the score of 51 points. If they are able to get those 50 points, Abhishek Whitey's team needs to get eliminated with 0 score, and I really don't think that is going to happen by any means. Abhishek Whitey, the team, will go very aggressive, but they have changed some play set today. Yesterday they were very, very aggressive. Today they are going aggressive only after second circle is getting activated. So today they are also trying to survive until as long as possible, and survivors. So here we are with the final match for Nepal Invitational 2022 Free Fire for sure. Day 2, Kalahari and Abhishek Whitey and Tonde Gamer with a buffer of 50 points, which looks very difficult. Flight path from Foundation towards Santa Caterina.
I think this might just be the most decisive victory in South Asian Free Fire. A couple of months ago, FFIC was decided by a difference of 1 point. The Pro League was decided by a difference of 3 to 4 points. But over here, 50 points. It's not even a competition anymore. You know who the winner is. Might as well just give them the trophy. But hey, you gotta watch Kalahari. The most exciting game of Free Fire Nepal Invitational begins now. What do the teams at the bottom have in store for us? Will they go for some surprises? Will they go for some big ballsy plays? Will they go for some amazing battles? There's 3 teams over here. We have Nyan Nepal, RG and NFC. All of them sitting close to each other.
Sitting close to each other, command post heavily occupied, firing shots are being exchanged. For now, they don't have much of weaponaries of their choice. They are fighting with whatever they have got hands upon. And Team NFC and Nyan Nepal are still sticking to pick up the fights. And look at Rahul Gamer. They are sticking to the upper grounds. They are trying to go passive. They are not revealing their location, and sneakily they would want to chase away from the battle while 2 teams are engaged with each other. Zipline was used here against Maniac, and now it is going to be a treatment sniper being used so far away. Now this is again something unique happening for the end of the day, for the finisher of the tournament. This tournament has been a total roller coaster, topsy-turvy, expect the unexpected, and something which we did not expect was one more thing. Rahul Gamers getting caught off guard. 2 players already taken down by Yazuka.
Well, maybe the height advantage for NFC can finally pay off. Lapton finds himself. Not even Subidon can't do much. Looks like the Dawn army is going down. And just like that, Rahul Gamer is out of the tournament. The first team to die in the last game. Here comes Nyan Nepal though. They've got the death boxes of RG right next to them. So if there's any shortage of weapons or ammo or heals or blue walls, they can hopefully fulfill it. And with the healing gun in their hands, NFC might be able to reset quickly enough to stop this advancement from Nyan Nepal. Meanwhile, in Foundation, in another part of the map, we have BM going up against Moonlight. This is the second best team in the tournament. If they go down right now, then Abhishek Whitey has no contenders.
They are going to have no competition, and no competition is going to no fun. Let's see what is Moonlight up to. Superman healing himself. Subir is not having any health kit to work out with. That is how he is holding himself. But they are still sticking to the same positioning. Near to the revival point, the best of the compounds availability is checked first. And now there are two contenders here. Who sticks to this revival point? And Superman will be able to take down Revenger, but the player shall be revived without much of chaos. And Revenger with low in HP. But on the course, Ayush will take down Sameer, Prabeen will take down Saksham. Now trades of knocks are coming in and the players are being revived in no time because of the ridges and the covers and the sandy dunes of the map of Kalahari.
Oh, Prabeen? Fancy footwork, managing to avoid all the gunshots up until now. He's closed the distance and reached that little cell phone tower. Superman, he's finishing off all the fallen members of PM, not letting him go for the heal. But will Prabeen be able to find an angle onto his enemies? He's got the low ground now. Superman coming right in front of him. Here goes the duel, and he's about to go down. Can Superman survive this one? He's not only got 40 HP, but he's got the helpless angle too. Fancy footwork once again will have to come through, as the jump peaks are just not working for either of them. Here comes Superman once again, trying to go for the jump peak, and he succeeds, turning it around 90 degrees to shoot down Prabeen, and that is another kill in the back for Superman. Last man for his team though. And I can say the same for B's show. It's just down to Audible and Superman 1v1. But now, they're not going to fight each other. No, sir. They are both going to race to the nearest vending machine or the respawn beacon so that they can get their members online.
Yeah, but who's going to stick to that revival point? It is a fight of equal, it is fight 1v1, and I think they both would want to chase away and go hunt for another revival point. And talking about another revival point, we've got again two contenders finding the same revival point. Most comforting, and let's see if this comfort is going to deliver them any sort of progress or any sort of extra credit. Treatment guns being used because they don't have any health kits. It was all crash landing happening, lots of players getting taken down, again revival happening, and the loot is negligible. They don't have much choice of the weapons, and on the course the last man of the show will also be hunted down and will be confirmed, and we have 10 teams remaining, 36 players, and Team Lava, the team who is into the bottom of the leaderboard, finally coming into the action on the grounds of command post. They don't want to finish being on the last on the leaderboard maybe.
Oh man, the battle for the bottom is never really pretty, and at this point all you're trying to do is not be at the absolute bottom of it all. Now Nepal getting clobbered from both the sides. They have NFC behind them, Team Lava on the other side. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. But while I say that, looks like Moonlight has won the revival race. They get all their members online, so the second best team is still in the competition. And the number one team, Abhishek YT, has to now step up. They're going up against Team Lava. Can they go in for the kill? If Abhishek YT goes down right here and now, then Moonlight might have a realistic chance. But then again, a 50-point deficit. Can you overcome it?
They are trying to go for the overcommitment, but it is going to be grapple gun, which is going to give a good room of opportunity where Rohit is going to risk himself, try to climb up, and there's no second grapple available here. And Rohit with very low in HP stands no chance of being revived, sure, but they can't go ahead and respawn him in no time because vending machine is just around the corner. And as I said, Rohit is immediately revived, but Supreme has also got some different plans. Use the grapple gun to take down Hacker. Will he be taken down? He's got a cover of roof. He can go for the tip fight of the roof, but he's covered from 3 different angles. Where is he going to jump and bounce and hide?
Oh no, he's just gonna jump into his grave, cover himself up with the dirt, and hopefully fall home. Hacker, no chance of revival for him now, is there? Finished off already by Dragog, adding yet another kill to the tally. I think he might have the MVP of the tournament right here, and another one. He just continues to deliver now, doesn't he? Somebody stop this man! How many more kills is he gonna get? And it's not even like he's winning those fights fair and square. He's baiting out mistakes from his opponents. Oh, that is a king move right there. But let's move on to the other one. We have T2K versus Bella Gaming over here. Laka already downstairs. Flexi trying to go for the flank, and here comes Smokey. He's found the jump onto Charlie, but can he secure this kill? No, Charlie with the faster reflexes. He punishes him.
The players are being punished one by one, but respawn point is just around the corner. The sooner the player is getting taken down, immediate rush towards the respawn point, and the players are coming back on the parachutes. And this time there's nobody with eagle eye view. They are not waiting for anybody to jump in and be taken down, but some footworks are heard already. Now Nepal for 2 players, they are trying to hold on to the final compound available under their control, but Zazboy will be spotted, taken down. It's all up to Abaddon. Now he's not going to pick up a battle. If at all he risks himself, that is going to be an entire elimination for Team Nepal, and that is exactly what is going to happen. He is going to sleep, and Nepal is eliminated on position 9.
Yet another team bites the dust. I mean, it's Kalahari. There's plenty of dust to go around. But will NFC meet the same fate? They're getting chased by KKR, who very well might overextend outside of Stone Ridge. Do they actually want to leave Stone Ridge? I mean, it's a pretty decent spot considering where the next circle is. AYT also sending Dragog on a reconnaissance mission towards the southern compound of Command Post. If he can find a knock onto KKR, then the rest of his team will come pouncing upon them. So he must be careful. And he's the MVP of the team, the highest fragger of the tournament so far. If there is one person who can turn the tide for them, it is this guy. Meanwhile, on the sub, we have Tonde Gamer and Brotherhood inching closer and closer.
Step by step, closer and closer. Dove still having a good positioning, and other teammates, they are split apart. 1-3. Now that is how you try to survive. Last man try to survive and goes for the revival point on the grounds of sub. Let's see, is the advantage of height going to deliver them something that they are trying for? Team Brotherhood as well did perform very good in few matches yesterday, but today they have not been so consistent. Talk about Team KKR. 2 frags already. The fight will continue, and they're fighting against Ayush Whitey's team, the team who is on the tabletop, and to the support, Shockwaves from Skyder are also going to take down the last cover from Rohit, for which he's going to go towards the camping yard and go within the tent, and he is going to survive. At least for now, he is surviving strongly.
Abhishek YT. Well, they're going to have to wait a little bit before they can full send it onto KKR. We have Dragog, as usual. But this time, his position is supreme. He's got Rabin in his crosses, and he's waiting to pull the trigger. You can see that he's itching for blood. He spotted Konzo. Do they have no idea? Bro, what? Like, hello? Shoot, please. There you go. He's finally found him. Konzo, can he get into the cover? The blue wall gets destroyed. Dragog getting shot in the back. Maybe all that patience won't pay off, but it now does! A super fast flick onto Rabin, and an even faster blue wall redeployment after it gets shattered by the shockwave. This guy is on fire, and Moonlight has been eliminated! You might as well just give them the crown right now. Supreme's trying to be recalled over here. Raja still gets that shot off while he's channeling the revive. This is just supremacy in every single manner. KKR gets shot down by Rohit. This is unfair, bro. I feel so bad for KKR. Somehow Dragog managed to find himself on the southern tip of the Stone Ridge area. None of the KKR members were aware about it. I still can't believe it.
That was pretty confusing. But anyway, that has happened on the grounds of Command Post. Nava is still going to survive within the circle, and now they are trying to pick up duel against Team Brotherhood. The shots are also being connected. Deepu is getting low in HP, but then he is again getting healed up with his teammates, with the health kits, and Charlie has got a grenade launcher to work out with. Now this is deadly. Let's see how many frags is he going to work out with. But before that, Charge Buster will come into the action. No frag spotted as of now. No damage is delivered yet. But Deepu is ready to pick that risk, going for 1v2 just with a shotgun. Is he going to be successful enough to get that? He's getting one. Will he get the second as well? And he is using the wall. It was a good save.
Yeah, a good save indeed, but now he's built a cocoon in which his opponent, who just got down, can be revived. And when you're using a weapon like Charge Buster, even a single shot missed can mean your death.
And talking about death, Deepu risking himself a little extra than he could have tanked up. He is down and eliminated. So does Tanjiro. Aizen left with very low HP. Train to Kill are all also with very low in HP. Zone is closing in. The battle is not only between the teams but also with the zone. Now the players have managed to reach the safe zone somehow, wasting out the blue zone, and Team Brotherhood will finally be put to shut down in no time. 2 players being taken down. Tonde Gamer, 3 players, 1 frag. They are going for a slow battle this time. Now all their competitors are getting shaky. Moonlight is already down. T2K is trying to go ahead with players still surviving, but Team Lava to the rescue. If at all Team Lava is able to take down Team T2K, this is going to be an advantage from all different directions. And as soon as I say that, Team Lava has started to struggle.
Yep, clusterless is real. Sandeep gets revived, but can T2K finish them off? Charlie, my goodness, you absolute monster! You disgusting human being! That is not murder, that is mass genocide! A triple kill with a single grenade, and now it's just down to Abhay. How long is he gonna survive? He's already getting circled with the vehicles. Unish on the other side, trying to figure out where the last surviving member is so he can put them in a grave and put up a couple more points for T2K on the board. 12 kills already, and they have 14 more enemies that they can snipe down.
Snipers are never going to stop. They are going to function, and Supreme once again with the AC-80 is able to get those frags with those marksman rifle, and he is mastered it very nicely. Rohit also losing a lot of HP, and Team Tonde Gamer is going to make sure that they punish them. Let's see if the punishment is going to work or no, but Team Lava is going to be put to shut down. The question was, will Team Lava take down T2K for the advantage of Team Ayush YT? But now it is Ayush YT already taking down Team Lava, so now they will have to take the final battle against Team T2K. It is going to be fight of equals. They both have 4 players alive, and Tonde Gamer has also got 2 players alive. So it is going to be 4v2. So the competition is not only ending here. Maybe Ayush YT with 11 frags looks very safe, and Regog with the grenade. Is it going to be drastic? Damage was real, but no confirmation. And Charlie is down on the knees, going for the second, going for the peace bomb. Still no confirmation coming in. And now finally it is going to be Sasidon who is down on the knees, and he will go for the confirmations, and he does.
Yeah, well, it's just Regog getting yet another squad wipe. Nothing new to see here. We've seen this a million times before, and I would not mind seeing it again and again. 8 kills. That's what Regog has. His team has 14 overall. Finally, it takes Lure from TGR to stop this unprecedented aggression from Abhishek YT. But is that going to be enough? Rohit gets back on his feet almost instantly, and now they have a broken house for cover as well.
Well, if you say are going to get covered in hell, do you mean they are going to be fired from all different sides? Because hell is totally fiery, and Ayush YT certainly does have a fiery performances. And now talking about Team Tonde Gamer, they have pushed in. Now they are being punished for pushing against teams like Ayush YT. The players that try to go play Tom and Jerry, cat and mouse, and also put a shutdown with that, with no surprise yet. With a lot of surprise, Team Ayush YT winning away the Booyah with total of 8 frags. This time MVP is going to be Dragog. Supreme and Dragog has got chances of being who beats the MVP. One time me, one time you. They are splitting it.
Yeah, sharing is caring, and they're going to share a lovely Booyah, and not just that, most definitely the title of the tournament. I mean, at one point we were, trying to figure out if Abhishek YT gets eliminated at the very first spot. Does Moonlight have a chance to cover up? Well, quite the opposite of that happened. Moonlight got eliminated early, and Abhishek YT ends up winning the whole game, even though they did not need to. So the deficit now would be like, what, 70 points? 80 points? Bro, that's got to be a new record or something.
Yeah, we have never seen so. We cannot call it an easy competition, sure, but maybe a dominant performance coming in from Ayush YT, that there was no one to take them down. Not even a single match where we could say that Team Ayush YT is losing its form. They were all consistent. Sometimes they could not reach until Booyah, sure, but they were still into top 5. So consistency was the key for them, getting so many Booyahs. They have broken their own records of acquiring Booyahs, and if I'm not mistaken, they are the highest Booyah baggers. They are the highest fraggers, and they are having for sure the extreme standing points, and all thanks to the Booyahs for the same. So they have been able to use everything right on time, and I really like the approach of holding the revival point, holding the vending machine, and those yellow tokens that they collected. They wanted all 4 players intact to win this tournament, and I think they were very sure about what they want. And when you're sure about your dreams, I think this is the exact example what Ayush Whitey did right here.
Exactly. This is like a dream come true for that team. They were able to win the Free Fire Nepal Invitational, and in such a dominant fashion. I mean, even in their dreams, I'm pretty sure they would not have been this dominant, but in reality, they manifest their own creation with their sheer willpower, aggression, aim, perfection, whatever you want to say. They've got it all. They've got everything. Nothing can stop them. And this has been probably one of the best performances that we've seen in South Asian Free Fire in a very long time.
Absolutely, and in particular, the player Dragog has performed outstandingly well. So I think those
seriously.
extra 5,000 diamonds are going into the pocket. Not only the prize pool, and yesterday itself, for the start of the tournament, I said, just imagine the MVP of the tournament and the winner of the tournament are all same. So massive amount of diamonds are going to be backed by one team. So I am assuming it might be Dragog with the best of performances he has put in, and the best of entertainment for the viewers. What better Sunday than watching Free Fire action clips? And this action was really it was really very exciting, though it was a little more than expected that the players are going to get revived and give the finisher, but which team is going to do that? And it was almost every single time Team Ayush Whitey. So they deserve a round of applause here.
Oh, definitely. They deserve more than just a round of applause. They deserve a standing ovation. And if I was allowed to get off my chair, you'd probably see my bully, but yeah, you'd see me clapping and standing over there. Either way, these guys they're basically the next best team in Nepal, potentially even the next best team in South Asia, given how dominant they were in this tournament. I can't wait for them to go to bigger tournaments with more stakes and higher things to look out for. And I just want to see what this team can do in a tougher lobby, in the bigger stage of, let's say, a South Asian Championship or maybe even the World Series or something like that. I'm very excited to see what this team has in future. And Dragog, man, I mean, this guy, we first saw him when Total Gaming took him as a new entrant. And of course, Total Gaming also is a pretty experienced team. So when they hire a newbie like this, and he delivers in such an outstanding way, this rookie might just very well be on the verge of becoming the next superstar.
Well, next superstar, I think he has already achieved the stardom with the potential trophy of Nepal Invitational 2022 for Free Fire. He has given a very good performance. He did whatever was required. And talking about in particular the map of Kalahari, they had 15 frags to work with, and then it was all 4v2 situation coming in where Raja was able to take down one player. And look at how one player was trying to survive, or maybe he was trying to find an opportunity where he could have got ahead and saved himself to not give that one extra point. We have seen several times a player go ahead and self-eliminate. So they did not allow that sort of opportunity also coming in. So it was great to see Team Ayush Whitey going extravagant and proving themselves. It's okay, few ammos are wasted, and we are going to get those kill points no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to get them kill points one way or another, by hook or by crook. And these guys are just absolutely phenomenal. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the champions of Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022. Give them a standing ovation because they deserve it. It's Abhishek Whitey and his bunch of rough and rugged warriors.
The Warriors take away the trophy, the massive amount of prize pool, but who is the MVP still remains the question. So stay tuned. We are going to announce it soon. Heartiest congratulations to the champions of Free Fire Nepal Invitational 2022. The history written now. The very first tournament of Free Fire for Nepal. And it is going to be Team Abhishek Whitey taking away the trophy, taking away the title. And with total of 230 points. The buffer which was of 50 points has now even increased. So there was no competition against them. They were a total example of dominancy.
Yeah, exactly. They were a force to be reckoned with. Tonde Gamer finish in the second place. T2K in the last game of the tournament get inside the top 3, overtaking Kukuri Esports, and that is an amazing performance indeed. 3 out of the top 5 players from the same team.
Rigog, Rohit, Supreme. Well, the kill points that they took, that is exactly what is seen on the kill leaderboard. We do have Superman coming in from Moonlight and Unish from Team Train to Kill. A good performance is also spotted sometimes from Brotherhood and Team Bisho as well. But you required the consistency, and I think there was a major miss. Bella Gamer initiated very strongly yesterday, but then they lost control exactly about how they were willing to play by only survival mode on until the final circle to trying to go ahead, pick some frags. I think Crips, that did not work good for Bella Game. But definitely they had a very good start. But there was only one takeoff witnessed since yesterday until today. It was none other than the team Abhishek Whitey. The takeoff which never had any turns, but it was all, the graph was rising until the sky, and also ending up with taking away the trophy home.
Yeah, even the sky is not the limit for a team like this. They reached the top and they kept on going higher and higher and higher. Man, they might have just reached out of space and, waved hi to the fellow astronauts up there. Well, that was the end of it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an amazing tournament, but we've got more in store for you. And if you want regular updates about Free Fire and all the tournaments that are happening, go ahead and follow us on Instagram @FreeFireOfficialNP.
And don't miss to follow the socials. Also, the links are in the description, because if you do, you're going to miss when is the next tournament for Nepal, because this is just the start. The year has just begun. The tournament has just begun. Many more in the future to be planned. So make sure you are following to be the part of it. And if you're not participating in the tournament, definitely as a viewer, you can be entertained so nicely with this sort of a team, this sort of a player. And I think I am expecting even more dominant team by the next of the tournament. And I would want to see a tough competitor for Abhishek Whitey, because they had no competition no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. They had no competition. They're going to walk home with 30,000 diamonds to themselves. Now, that's a lot of diamonds. I don't even know what I would do if I got that many. Well, luckily, that team is not going to fall short of in-game currency anytime soon. But you can also be the next champion. So go ahead and try entering all the tournaments that come up for this region. Maybe we'll be casting your games here soon.
Absolutely. The pleasure is going to be to cast you guys, and also you are going to get an opportunity to play against one of the strongest team, which is Ayush Whitey. No matter you are going to get you get the title or no, but you get those experience about how to play within the circuit. So I think it is a win-win either ways, and you might be the next renowned name. You really never know to the surprise, because when the tournament started, we did mention few teams, and it was only Dragov that was quite familiar name out of Ayush Whitey. We had talked about Train to Kill. We had talked about several other teams like Bisho, Brotherhood to be precise. So there are going to be several new names that are going to be attached, and those names are already here in the list. They are also going to be performing. All the best to all the teams. Congratulations to the winning team, Ayush Whitey. This is me, Star Tanya. Alongside me, it is Crips. We are going to catch you up real soon with the next tournaments for Free Fire.
Booyah! Booyah!